I believe you had it on the wrong scene there.
It's Wednesday.
All right. It's Wednesday. We're not virtual for the first time ever. We're all really excited about it. We're about to do a level 21 shot to test out the cameras, microphones, to get everyone together, to have a good time. And if you will excuse us while we work out some of the kinks, if you are tuning in, some of us may need to step away from the table and adjust a camera or a microphone or whatever it is that we need to do. So that's what we're doing this session for. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the show. So we're going to go down the line here, and we're going to introduce the players, and then we're going to introduce the characters that the players are playing. And some of us you've never seen before. You've only heard our voices. And some of us are here for the first time. So we're all really excited about it, and we're going to just, I guess, go ahead and get right into it. We'll go this way because that'll look clockwise in some country.
That's fair.
And go ahead and tell everybody what your name is, what your actual, not your full name or address or anything like that.
No.
My social security.
My social security.
Credit card number.
List of fears.
I live one. I'm Rob. What else were we doing?
What character are you playing tonight?
I am playing a Captain Ramsey.
This is good. I gotta actually write this down.
Captain Ramsey, aka the Pirate Lord from Sea of Thieves. Just a snippet there. One of my favorite games.
And what do you prefer to be called?
What do you mean?
Like Captain Ramsey.
Well, he's actually a captain too, so you guys.
All right, this will be fun.
Jesus.
Calling everybody
just
cat.
call me Ramsey. What do you want?
Got it.
We'll get to me.
Just go with Ramsey, Pirate Lord.
And what is your class that you're playing?
I am a Scout Rogue.
Scout Rogue. Okay. All right, that's enough on the spoilers. We're not going to get into a lot of backstory and stuff on the characters because this is a one shot. Next up, down the line.
My name's Jesse. I'm playing a human cleric named Jean Leo.
I'm sorry?
Jean Leo.
Jean Leo.
You heard.
Okay.
Is that with two eyes?
You said human
Jean
cleric.
Leo.
Got it.
Leo.
And I throw out the heels.
All right, they're probably going to need some.
Okay, so I guess, well, I'm Aaron, voice of Abraham, but I'm not playing Abraham tonight. So I am.
I actually don't think your character has a name yet.
No, it says Aaron Bloodhunter, but that is not my name.
Can we vote for names?
No. So I'm playing a
Twat
If
nugget.
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
orc Bloodhunter. Let's go with. We're just gonna go with Billy. We're just gonna go with a really
Billy?
simple
You
name.
got it.
Billy the Orc.
Billy the
I
Orc.
love that.
He finally retired from adventuring, but he's coming back for one last mission.
And you are a blood hunter, correct?
Yes.
All right, so we're taking some playbooks from the CR people.
Called out.
It's their class. They
Oh,
invented it.
I was about to say, I was like, the name
Like,
got
I haven't
taken?
even
What are you
played it
talking
yet.
about?
Billy is such a common name.
Nope, sorry, someone else named Billy. You gotta be called something else.
That's true. To me, my name is Billy. Name is already taken.
Oh man.
Normally the voice of Gus on the Wednesday night game. I will miss Gus terribly, but today I am Captain Fettuccine Alfredo. He prefers to be called Captain Alfredo. He is captain of the Alfredo boat.
And what is your race?
I am a sea elf.
Sea elf.
Ooh.
And I am a half paladin, half rogue. Little more pally than rogue.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's a badass.
And he's badass. I like it.
To be determined.
All right.
Ooh, shots fired.
All right. And last but certainly not least,
Hi, I'm the new kid. I'm Emily. I will be playing a mountain dwarf champion fighter named Belva Broodhollow.
Bilba?
Belva.
Belva.
With
Belva.
a V.
Is that like those
Belva,
cookies?
what was that last name?
Belva Broodhollow.
Brood Hollow. Okay.
Rob, can you give me like a quick sound thing? I did get word that I don't think you're working.
Oh, really? Sound check?
Probably need to talk a little bit. Let me turn it up a little bit. Try now.
Sound check. Am I working?
You're good now.
Am I
Okay.
doing the good
I had,
things?
your gain, I had your gain a little bit. Yeah, no, he was just a little far away. All right, I appreciate it, Tadasu. Thank you. We have boys. We have our
Is
crew.
that our boy?
That's our boy right
Tadasu?
there. All right. Yeah.
Is that Ulsen?
It is Ulzen.
Tell him we're fighting Thomas tonight.
We're fighting Thomas. He can hear you. I don't know why I'm repeating myself.
Hey,
Good
Ulsen.
job following the
Final
directions,
boss
so,
tonight?
yeah,
It's
dude.
Thomas.
Thomas.
It's Thomas.
Shout out
The
to
tank
Jefferson?
engine.
Shout out to our
Oh,
Thursday
the tank
DM for
engine.
making us hate a character so freaking much.
He's now rolled over into. He's going to actually show up in Ravnica at some point, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hate him too. Never met him.
You,
met him
you
either.
don't want to meet him. That's the
I
worst
see.
part about it. Like his twin brother's even worse.
Okay, so because this is a one shot, we're going to forego a lot of the normal fluff, the backstory, all of that fun stuff, because we're going to get into the actual parts of the adventure. So what you need to know is that you have all been tasked with investigating a wizard tower that has mysteriously disappeared from the material plane. You're not sure where it went, why it left, but all that was left there is just a portal and an empty space. Okay?
Okay.
That's it. That's your only clue.
Okay. I say we go to the portal.
I mean, that's what you guys were tasked to do.
I guess travel to the portal. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. So there is the massive portal there where it looks like that you can kind of see off in the distance through the portal. It looks like you're looking into definitely something that is not the material plane. Everything looks kind of warped and twisted. There's bits of elemental magics, fire, lightning, kind of spewing all through the sky. The sky is not quite black, but not quite blue. It swirls around with these purpley mists, and it looks chaotic.
I'll throw a rock in there.
Rock goes through.
Oh
Does
man.
it blow up?
It does not.
Wow.
I think Belva would probably walk up. I feel like we've all seen things like this.
You guys have
before
seen some
at this
things.
point,
We
right?
we've been here.
This is not the
through this.
first random portal in a random town, right? So I think she goes up and just does some like generic checking in, like clearly repeats the vaguest details that everybody can clearly see. Like see, it looks like it isn't of this plane. And just highlights every time there's lightning, like you see the lightning behind.
How? Yeah. This mission better be worth it. I left my farm life for this. I mean, I was done
my.
adventuring. I was done going to hell and back. Well, you guys brought me back. So we'll send one of the captains through. You guys are the leaders.
Aye.
Okay.
This is true.
Does it want to be you?
I love a good captain that pawns it off immediately.
I'll do anything for the greater good.
Oh.
After you, sweetheart.
All right. I'm going in.
Going in. You're not even curious as to where you're walking, huh?
You die. Session over.
Just
Okay.
saunters in.
Next person.
Okay. As you walk through, the realm in front of you is completely unfettered chaos. You look and you see certain elements that should be continual and the same, shifting and changing. You look and you see bits of water that turn to stone, and then it blooms into roses and then wither and ignite, all within the span of just a few seconds. You see islands that float endlessly in the skies, way off in the distance. Stars are born and remade in the blink of an eye. This is where you will find the tower that you're looking for, because it's pretty much right there. You see it, but it doesn't look like what it was described to you as. It looks like it's been warped and twisted by the reality of this plane. But you live.
Positive.
Hey, I'm all right, guys. Come on in. The water's hot.
So you pop back through to tell us that?
Now,
can just say it through the portal,
do
probably.
notice that gravity does not seem to work the same here.
Is it heavier or lighter?
Lighter.
Lighter.
As in, there's not really much gravity.
Oh,
It's like the
Willy
little
Wonka.
spacewalk.
All right, so not to be shown up a few seconds after he goes in, Captain Alfredo will draw his rapier and start walking in like it was his idea to do it. And like with a little strut, just walks in through the portal.
Ooh.
Belva follows behind, but also kind of like scuffs away some footprints and again is surveying the area, pretending like she's excited to go into this, like taking some last minute. But as far as she knows, you both walked in and floated away. So it's just kind of trying to look official while knowing this may be my inevitability I'm walking into. And I'll follow.
We're on the moon.
Everything seems just legit.
Jean-Yo just walks up to the portal with his staff and sticks. Being a man of very few words, comments horrible. Looks back at the orc. Alive?
Yeah.
You
it's,
next?
You next?
Oh, okay.
It's good.
I'll,
It's good.
I was gonna say,
And I just walk through.
yeah. Okay. Don't know who invited that guy, but I'll take out my flask and just take a big swig of whatever whiskey or anything like that.
Ginger ale.
It probably is.
Tummy.
Yeah. And just kind of walk through. I mean, this might be my last drink, so might as well go for it. So, yeah, I'll walk in.
Okay. And again, you notice the exact same thing, that gravity does not work the same way here.
But you said reality is the same, just different?
It looks warped.
Okay.
Nothing seems to be constant. Everything is in a continual state of flux.
So are we floating around a little bit?
Yeah.
So I want to sit on my staff like a witch.
Absolutely, yeah.
I fly, guys.
Bye fly.
Okay.
I think Captain Alfredo would be kind of skipping around to see how far he can get with a singular skip.
Belva does the same thing, but she's a dwarf and about 4.5 feet tall, so it's a lot more thumping down the ground behind her.
I just walk normal.
I just want to really take in my surroundings.
Good for you.
See what I can notice. Obviously, see if I can notice anything.
Are you wanting to try and figure out where you are?
Yeah.
Make an
Weird.
Arcana check.
First
Well,
roll.
that's not gonna do
First
very good
roll
for
at
me.
the table.
Oh, shoot.
It was a 20.
All right, guys, show's over. We're going home.
That makes me so stressed for the first time we fight something.
We're going to burn through them quick.
You can't do much better than a 20 on the first roll at the
God,
table.
we're screwed.
That's got to be a good sign, right?
That's got to be a great sign.
All right.
It's a calling.
He's going down.
He's the guy that dies first.
Just
yeah,
just
apparently.
doubled the first monster's HP.
This realm is known as Limbo.
Limbo. Do I know anything else more than that?
Basically, everything you know has been described. It is it's
Okay.
it's an in between the material and it's almost like a void. It's not really like a plane that you can wander around on. Things really aren't from Limbo, with a few exceptions. No
Okay.
one really lives here.
Are there things that frequent it, like creatures or?
It's sort of
entities?
like an in between.
Okay.
Do we all know this?
So we're in
Are you
limbo.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh gosh.
I was-
Second roll, nat one.
One. Well, that's it. Show's over.
Ooh, that is a 3 plus maybe, I don't even know. We're gonna find out.
Everything looks messed up here.
Guys, I don't like it here.
You don't like it at all.
All right. Does anybody know anything about here? Like
Do we know anything about here?
We're in limbo.
Other than the
We're-
fact that it's kind of an in between.
limbo? I've never
area
been.
in between worlds. That's about as much as I know.
Can we make like a? Oh, I don't know what it would be.
Is there any like bodies of water that we see, like the
Sure.
sea?
Yep. You see some. It looks like almost like lakes and stuff floating, where they used to be attached to ground, but then they shift into rock and turn into islands, and then those islands burst into flames, and those flames turn into roses.
Oh. This place be weird.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, you seem like you know a little bit about here, but I mean, who would come here? Like, I mean, is there riches or?
No, I don't believe so. But I do know it's a place in between worlds. It may be a gateway of sorts. As to who might be here, probably creatures or people of great power.
Well, I think we lay low, try to see if we can find life. and we'll go from there. We got our 2 best captains. I mean,
Nice.
we'll find out who's the best. I mean, I've heard a lot about you too, but
I think Captain Alfredo at this point would stand like on his tippy toes, trying to be a little bit higher. He is 5'10". How tall is Ramsey?
oh,
Wait, hold on.
height check.
Height check.
Belva again.
Roll
for
slides
height. Roll for
in
a 20.
between you guys
Okay.
and straightens up a
I'm
little.
gonna read you a little bit more description.
I'm
about
5'8"
Limbo.
on my. I'm just on a staff.
Limbo is a plane of
5'9".
pure chaos. It's a roiling soup of impermanent matter and energy. Stone melts into water that freezes into metal, then turns into diamonds that burn up into smoke that becomes snow, and on endlessly. Everything about this world and space is completely unpredictable. And the second that you think you have it figured out is the second that you're very dead.
So while they're sitting around discussing where we're at, and I'm just sitting there listening to them, and I'm going to cast thaumaturgy.
It's like it's almost like being in a nightmare.
Yeah.
Everything about it is.
Chaos Nightmare, yeah.
Limbo has no gravity. Creatures that visit the plane float in place. And some creatures can shape Limbo to their will. Thaumaturgy.
Yes. So while they're all discussing, I'm gonna throw a little ominous voice right behind the group, and just look at them, just see if they notice it.
What does it say?
Just mumbles.
Hey, did you hear that?
I was gonna say, grab the spear, spin around.
Rapier's out.
I'm just
Pistol in hand.
and kick my feet and just move the
Can
staff.
I was gonna say, can I make like an investigation? Or, oh no.
Never mind.
I mean, I can.
I missed the good part.
I'm used to playing a charisma wisdom kind of kid.
By the way, that was really loud in my ears.
So stand back when I yell.
Are you talking
No, that was fine. It was just it's loud on my headphones. So
Okay.
What's that?
when he yelled,
Oh,
Did anybody else hear
He
that?
was really excited about some stuff for us.
He was.
yeah.
Something came from that direction.
Yeah, can I make like a perception check or something
For
to see where that voice came from?
absolutely.
I just wanted to roll the dice. Hey.
20.
Wow.
Nat 20. Just
Hey, that's a
50% 's not
22.
You know that he did it.
You know that he did it.
I'm just sitting over there laughing.
Belva looks
You
up and
you
he's
have
like,
you have traveled
what
with
a
him
card.
enough.
What a character.
You have traveled with him enough to know that he's done that before.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like play it off a little bit, like I didn't know who it was. Who could have done that? It's the scariest voice I've ever heard.
Alfredo is on edge, like looking, rapier out in front of him, and like, you see a fly go by. He's on edge looking.
This is what happens
Okay.
when you adventure this long. You get a little jumpy.
Does anything catch your eyes that we should move towards?
The
to
Oh, the tower.
The tower.
How
I'm just gonna jump off the.
About how far
Now-
away is the tower?
I don't.
The
I don't
tower
feel
is maybe 100 yards from you.
Oh.
Okay. Do we see any creatures or anything guarding it? Any form of life?
From 100 yards.
You see no life around the tower.
Oh.
I say we move closer to the tower.
So are we gonna march in our normal order?
I say
Order
that'd
that
be
we
best.
know.
You're gonna march in
Discuss
zero
prayers.
gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just normal.
This word.
I get off the staff and just start walking towards the tower.
I was gonna say just hand gesture and I'm like
Normal
Am I-
means that we just follow after you've taken off in general.
I'm just bobbing my head.
That's the normal order. I guess we're going that way.
Whoever notices he left first.
I think we found a new captain.
Yeah.
Come.
Come.
All right. Yeah. We're heading to
So
the tower.
the tower itself looks like it's being warped by Limbo. You definitely can see that this was some sort of arcanist's tower before, an arcanist. But the structure is now no longer in an upright vertical. It's sort of bending and curving almost like an S. And then you see around it like the blocks seem to like separate from it and then spin back into place, where reality is still trying to cling on to what it is, but Limbo is trying to turn it into what Limbo is.
So this tower, can I do? I don't know, maybe a religion check to see if it's some kind of deity that
If it's alive?
Yes, if it maybe is a temple for a deity or.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. Religion check away.
Oh!
No, that's one. I did the complete opposite of everybody else. I'm just going to sit there like,
Interesting.
A little drool coming
Yeah.
out.
Looking fine to me.
Nothing that you can tell strikes you that this is some sort of like religious tower.
and I'm just going to play it off like,
Like I never asked the question.
Tra-la-la. So, there's like an entrance into this castle.
It's not a castle.
Tower.
It's a tower.
It's a tower.
Yeah.
Tower castle.
The opening looks like there at one point was a very large door, but the door now in the frame where it's at is covered over by what appears to be some sort of black tentacles.
Can I
I was about to look at my spells.
I poke
This has been weird.
poke the tentacles with my rapier?
So, are you getting within 5 feet of the door?
Sure.
I'll use my crossbow. No.
5 feet, you said?
I would get within probably 5 feet then and try and.
So
kinda
as you
stab
approach
in
the
it.
door, these tentacles lash out at you with quick lightning-like reflexes and make a strike at you. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Alrighty.
could I cast something on him before he walks up there? Or is it just too
It's too late now.
too late?
He's going
You're
like
drilling
poke,
on
poke,
yourself.
poke.
I
Too
don't
late
know.
now.
Nah.
What you got?
20, baby.
All right, everybody.
This is so bad.
I'm
This is
collecting
so
everyone's
bad.
dice.
Collecting everyone's dice.
You guys are getting all the good
fair,
rolls out of the way
no.
now, so when we fight stuff, you
I
guys
know,
are going to
that's why this is
fail.
stressful.
Good. I'm glad I used
I got
my
a
one
20
already.
Yeah.
to know that his thaumaturgy was
So
good.
you succeed as the tower. These tentacles lash out at you. You see the forms of them start to take shape, almost like ooze. They almost look like ooze as they come out at you. And they're liquidy and kind of slimy. And they try to wrap around you, and you pull back, and you break free from the tentacles.
Where were you on that one?
I was gonna say, once you've reacted, well, you walked up here by yourself. Nobody checked in. I didn't see anybody turn around and ask us what we'd like to do. You just hear poking through the door, and sometimes things happen.
Well, it didn't get me, if that's what you're saying.
I mean, it was very impressive. We're all very
Thank you.
captains, and I
Is no
do
good.
have a sheet that says captains at the top, and it is a tally board now. So I'm like, am I the drum? To give you 1 mark on your captain's tally sheet. But
Do we know about the sheet? The tally sheet?
I mean,
Is it public?
I didn't
That's
tell
a-
you about it, but
that's
it
a you
does
guys
say
thing, not a
captain
my thing.
across the top, and has tally marks on 2 sides.
It's
so you
not
can
looking
rest.
good for you. I will walk up, seeing that they kind of lashed out with my weapon out, and as soon as one lashes out, I'm going to try to make an attack at it.
First, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay, strength saving throw.
Go ahead and say I put away the clipboard and pull out my spear.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good call.
Strength
I
save.
try chucking some
Your
daggers
strength
at
should
it.
be like 30 now.
It is still really bad. I got a 10
How did you only get a 10?
because a 2 really hurts.
Wow.
It's like every other roll.
Okay. So as you come
Yeah.
up to try and like break free from the tentacles, they wrap completely around your face. They wrap around your arms, around your neck. You feel suffocated at first, and then almost as quickly as they lashed out at him, he sucked through the door and you don't see him anymore.
Hey, where'd you go?
Worth it. 100%.
What are you seeing there?
100% worth it. I'm dead.
All right, roll for a new character.
How much damage?
I was gonna
How much
say,
do you have?
244.
It's like 243. No, I'm just kidding.
You got
Very
lucky.
specific 243.
I wouldn't
I,
make it.
You are going to take.
I wouldn't make it either.
you don't have to pick up so many at a time.
Yeah.
You're gonna take that much damage.
Yeah,
You're gonna
Get
take
it.
20 acid damage.
I appreciate it. I take it with grace.
I'd like to use my my brazier flying dagger and chuck some daggers at it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay.
You know, that would have been smart to attack it from range. That
Yeah,
probably was
probably
the.
No, I like that we touched it
I'm sorry,
twice.
31.
I like that you guys did try to touch it twice.
Well, that didn't work. Do it again.
I can definitely tell I'm getting too old for this. Yeah.
I'm 3 days away from retirement.
And they brought me back.
31 will hit.
It's like lethal
Right.
weapon.
1d4. Where is it? 10.
For a 10.
Piercing damage.
You got it.
Magical piercing damage.
Get
Magical
them
piercing damage.
tentacles.
Not to be overshown, I will take out my crossbow and start shooting the black tentacles as well.
You got it.
You guys
Does it
should.
give any
You guys should
reaction?
really come inside.
Does it give any reaction at all from being?
Not from that distance, no.
Really? It doesn't even give anything for being stabbed.
Not from that distance.
You guys have to go up to
So
it.
we have to go up to it and succeed a saving throw.
You got to poke it with a stick. You're
I mean,
like Steve.
you've heard
You're
it.
like Steve
If that's what
Irwin
you're
with these
asking, like,
tentacles.
it has hit points. It definitely,
Oh.
but it didn't like talk or anything. It wasn't like ow.
Well, I don't know. The tentacles like got faster or something.
It's you've never seen anything like this before. You have no idea. But I will tell you that it injured it.
I will shoot as well my crossbow.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounded it.
17.
That'll hit.
Oh, that's an 8. Total of 13 piercing damage.
Pew pew.
So you see your arrow. It catches. It looks stuck for a second, and then it kind of squirms around, and then it sucks the arrow through. But it doesn't seem like it has as much. What's the word I'm looking for? Anxiousness about it. It looks more sluggish.
I'm gonna walk up and slap him on the back. Good try. And I'm gonna cast Radiant or Guiding Bolt.
You got it. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
It'll be a 28.
That'll hit.
Ooh.
Tentacles not doing.
Oh.
Doesn't sound very good, actually.
That's.
20.
Oh.
The black mass
Did
of
you-
tentacles burns apart from the radiance of the energy that you're expelling, and it looks like it's made the way into the tower.
Do we see Billy?
You see him laying on the ground.
Dead.
So I have to describe this room to you. This room, you can't see into it at all. You see the doorway that you guys just came through. You see him laying on the ground. There's a light coming from the door frame itself now from just being from the outside. But then you look and you see on the opposite end of the room, there is a door that there's light coming around it. So you can see your objective. You can see where you're at, but you can't see the in-between.
After
Wow.
it shrinks back, I slap both of them on the back and be like, Captain now. Captain Leo.
I erased the middle line and added a third column in the middle. You get 2 points for that one.
There we go.
2 points.
All right.
Well, when you took over that boat, you got 2 points as well. It all evens out in the end, except for when it doesn't, and we find out who's the best.
I'm gonna need to see that list.
So he's just laying on the ground?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean-
yeah.
I'm not going to roleplay for him. He's
No,
just
no,
laying there.
no.
Face
I mean,
first, but-
yeah. I mean, it's
Hi,
just.
Bob. You okay in there?
I should have just stayed home. I mean, why
How's your
couldn't
back?
why couldn't this be a normal field trip?
What the frizz?
All right. Yeah. No. I mean, I'll stand up, kind of dust myself off. Is there anything like attached to me as far as like liquid, any
Nope.
kind of? Okay.
Black tentacle.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'll make my way forward.
You got it.
So
You want to wander around in the darkness.
a little bit.
I got dark vision.
Yeah.
My
Magical
mace,
darkness. You can't see through it.
Oh.
Even
okay.
with the mace,
I got
has
that
a 20.
too.
The mace is different.
That's radiant, isn't it?
Mhm.
What is it casting a spell?
It's if you're holding its constant 20-foot radiant light. Or wait, yeah, that's the mace of disruption. While you hold this weapon, it sheds bright light in 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
So the light swells out of your mace, and the darkness envelops it.
Oh. too much power. Hoverboards don't work on water.
Isn't level 20 stuff fun?
Yeah, it is.
Wait, we're level
I thought it
20?
just meant I was good at
Wait, we're
that.
level 20?
I'm just an old guy.
Oh.
They picked me up on the side of the road.
This is level 5. That's what I meant.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll make my way forward.
I need you to make a dexterity check.
Oh.
Am I? No, I know I didn't go into the room yet, but am I within 10 feet of him?
Sure.
All right, you have +5 on your saving throws.
Well, that wasn't a saving throw. So 19.
I thought you said it was.
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay.
It's a saving throw, not a saving throw.
+8 plus another 1. Okay, +8. 27.
So as you're walking through, you feel your foot bump into something that feels wooden and kind of heavy. But you don't lose your balance or anything.
Okay. It is your sound. Okay. Somebody was saying there was a buzzing sound. I was like, oh, it's the music.
Does it not come through as music?
It not as like, well, with the ringing noise that was at the end there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's our ominous music.
Yeah, okay.
Peeps.
All right. What'd you say? I'm sorry. Can you repeat yourself? My bad.
As you are
Annoying.
walking, you get maybe 2 or 3 steps, and then your foot bumps into something wooden and kind of heavy.
So kind of wooden, kind of heavy. Can I like put my axe, or not axe away, just my weapon away and try to like pick it up?
When you put your hands down, it feels like it's a crate.
I will pick it up and try to take it to the group.
It's
if
pretty
I can.
big.
It's a fucking level 20.
Well,
relic.
you're pretty strong. Yeah, you can pick it up.
Okay, I'll pick it up and like carry it back out of the darkness back to like my party
Okay.
and just like sit it down.
So he comes back with this box. He made it about 2 steps and comes back with a box. Like, look what I found, guys.
What you got there?
I think this is what we needed. We can go now.
Did you check inside?
No, they didn't say check inside. They just said bring this back.
They said bring the crate that you find within the first 2 feet of the tower that disappeared magically.
You know, they didn't give very many details. I mean, they just asked me to bring it back.
We gotta
This-
start getting contracts for these things.
I mean, yeah, but they don't write out the sounds. And okay, so yeah, no, I'll just bring the crate to him. I mean, how big is this crate?
It's a crate. It's big.
Okay,
It's like a supply crate.
does anybody oppose me hitting it, like trying to break it open?
I think it's a good idea.
Jean-Leo backs up.
Way back.
I'll stand behind him too.
I
Yeah.
think Belva just kind of readies her shield.
So
Okay.
they're all bracing. Okay.
I didn't hear a note, and I'll just whack down on like using my hammer.
So you crack down on the crate, and this particular crate seems empty.
Ta-da!
You feel stabbed in your back.
There was nothing in it?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
Some dust.
this was not what we needed for the mission.
And you wanted to leave with a box of nothing.
We could have came back.
For another box of nothing.
Think about how much we would have got paid if we did it this fast.
But we didn't.
Right. That's why we got to keep going.
He's
we
an
gotta
ideas man.
find it. You know.
All right, I will take the charge, like I should have from the beginning.
Oh, well, no one's stopping you.
So I'll again take out the rapier, kind of hold it ahead of me, and start walking into the room.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Disco.
He's saying there's a
Is
buzzing
this
sound.
against magic?
The only thing that it could be is from that.
Okay.
Does he still hear it?
All right. We'll let it run for a second. Tell me if you still hear it. I appreciate it. Continue.
Is your Yeti mic plugged in over there?
Yeah.
Well, if it's on, it could be picking up sound from that.
How would it pick up sound?
If it's on.
Oh, it's not connected as far as the stream goes. We should be okay. Yeah. Yes, still there. So we gotta find it.
What are
I
we-
will work on finding it. Continue with the story. I'll
do
be
we got?
listening. We got a buzzing noise.
Says there's a buzzing noise going on.
You hear that clicking?
No, Rob, I got it.
I hear some clicking, but I don't hear any buzzing.
Go ahead.
So is this saving throw against magic?
No,
No. Okay.
it's against you can't see.
That is a unnatural 26.
So again, you walk a
It's
few
freaking
feet in,
26.
and you feel something wooden and heavy bump into your leg.
I would like to try and step over it.
It's pretty big.
Can I like put my ass on it and like do a little scooch?
Yeah, it's definitely a crate.
Okay. I'm gonna ass scooch over it.
Okay, you land on the other side, and you need another dexterity saving throw.
22.
There you get a footing on some smaller crates on the other side, but you're good. You're kind of standing on them now.
It's just a bunch of crates. Come on in.
All right, we're still
Watch your
blind,
footing.
right?
Yeah.
Can't see anything. I think Belva just starts walking in and kicking, hoping to connect with as many crates as possible, and just trying to clear them out.
Yeah.
Eyes on the door, just going straight ahead, trying not to trip over stuff. I need
I'm trying to
everyone
kick things.
to make. Did you find it?
It was your mic.
My mic?
It was the game.
Got it.
Yep. No, careful.
I still hear it a little bit, but I did catch it. I just started using it. Okay, yeah. I got it. Your mic. I'll do it.
Okay. That's why we're doing the test run, folks.
Hey, test run, baby.
Sorry for the buzzing. I'm not. This is none of my equipment.
I thought it would just add to the.
I
ambiance.
just showed up today.
It's the bees. There's bees in this room.
Everyone who's attempting to go across the floor, make 2 dexterity saving throws.
If they're within 10 feet of me, they get +5 to that.
Yeah, I would say that you guys are walking together. That would
I
make
do
sense.
Appreciate you,
+5 to everyone.
Dex. 13 plus
17.
16 plus.
Oh, we gotta do
21.
2 of them.
30 and 32.
Solid.
I like that 21's the low roll out of here. That makes me feel good. It makes me feel like we're gonna die, but it makes me feel good for now.
I don't think I could have failed that probably.
So
It had to
you
be
have
16. I had
23.
plus 11, so even if I got a 1, that would plus
I
5.
adjusted your gain a little bit, so you might
I'll
have to
be
talk more into the mic.
Gosh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to.
I don't want
A
to.
1 or 10. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're cranked
Did
up,
you
so
say
it should
maybe
be
two?
good.
Okay,
Okay.
We need to make 2 saves.
2 saves.
Your volume's still good.
Not
Okay.
as good
Okay.
this time.
+5 still.
We appreciate Todd.
Yeah,
too.
so that is a 10.
So you trip.
Weird.
I can't imagine a dwarf
Yeah.
tripping.
It's not very
They're
far.
already so close to the
and
ground.
I did clear like it's my thigh, so
which
I
is
fell
which is
straight
why
up.
you only take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall.
Aye, watch your footing.
Belva is fully like a mountain champion who has like spent her life just like taking on challenges for her people and is fully embarrassed. Her first moves have been tentative and tripping. So
Well,
Well,
good,
technically,
good thing
we
it's in
wouldn't
the
have known
dark,
who-
so
Yeah.
nobody saw it.
I was like,
Yeah.
we just heard
I'm
someone
great.
fall.
We heard
and
someone
I
fall.
wanted to be here. Is what. I said.
So how we do on the second rolls?
Oh, I got to
You're
roll.
good.
30.
Yeah, I got it.
Wait.
23 on
You're
the
good.
side.
It's a
Belby,
dex
she's
dex save.
2.
2 dex saves.
And you get +5 off.
All right, 8 plus 16,
You're good.
and that's a nat 1.
So you trip over Belva.
God damn it!
Oh, my back!
This was my strategic location. I heard you.
You
could see
you
better
fell
in
a
the dark
little
from
bit
the ground.
further because you're a little taller. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage on the way down.
I didn't feel like no crate.
No, it's squishy. It threw you off. You were expecting like some wood, and it was not.
Ouch!
All right, so you guys are now probably within, you're guessing, 10 feet of the door.
I will keep on leading the charge, going towards the door. And I'd say I'm, with all these obstacles so far, still being a little bit careful of my walking.
Sure.
Rapier out in front. Yeah. Up to the door.
I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Don't all yell it
No, this
out.
is
Just
the first
wait.
character that I have that actually has an initiative bonus. Usually I'm like, shoo, waiting for level 16 for that +2.
Now, normally we would have a map, but you guys can't see what you're doing.
Oh,
True.
thank God for that. I have
Thank you for the.
to my initiative.
Yeah.
I have +6.
I have +11.
I have +6, but I have advantage. So,
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna be great.
So we have to dispel
So
this
that first three
darkness
that
so we can
happened?
see the map.
I can't nothing. No spells.
I got
Okay.
7, so at least I'll be the last one. I can heal people at the end.
What do you want to be as a cleric? You want to be at the end.
Everybody takes damage, and you finally come in like.
Here for that.
Do you feel good taking down initiative, or do you need one of us to do that? Or
I got
anything like that? All right.
20, because I know you guys got really high bonuses. 25 to 20. Anybody in that range?
21.
21.
21? 21?
Probably have
Who's got the
better
higher
dex
dex?
than
20. Yeah.
There's no way I was beating the road.
21, and then you
Yeah,
got.
don't worry, that's when I maxed out.
Yeah, just like because I'm fully laid
20 to
out on the
15?
ground.
You didn't say 25 to 30?
Are you higher than that?
29.
Yeah, you got it.
Ooh.
Apologize.
Here goes that
Definitely not playing the barbarian.
Got it.
tonight.
Yeah, usually he's like, I got a 3.
Yeah.
That's
3
like 4
minus
of his
2.
initiative rolls together.
Okay.
It's like a year worth.
In the 20 to 15 range. Anybody in that range? There's only 2 of you left.
Oh wait, 20 to 15. Sorry,
Yeah.
I suck at math. 11.
That's not in the 20 to
20
15.
It's very apparent that
He
you suck
said
at
he
math.
sucks at math, guys.
That checks out.
He's tired.
when
guys.
someone's honest with you, you have to let them be honest.
Oh God.
How about 15 to 10?
I think he got 11.
I think you got 11.
11.
Yeah.
Now, can
11.
we confirm where 11 is after 10?
And
Yeah.
5 to 0?
420.
Thank you.
What you got?
Oh, I got a 7.
7. There you go. All right.
5 to 0.
He like,
We missed some numbers in there.
yeah,
It's
he
fine.
skips like in
10 to
between.
0.
I'm like,
Yeah, he skipped my numbers too.
It's fine. I skipped yours, but yours were really, really high, so it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, when you're not used to anyone ever getting those numbers, it's kind of hard to remember.
wow, that's really good. I just figured you'd be at like 3 where you normally are. So
Yeah, it makes sense. I have plus 10 to initiative.
I'm usually a caster, so it gives me a good chance to run
Well,
away.
it will be useful that I have blind sense. So
I almost took blind sense.
I have blind
should've.
sense. So this fight
Don't
will be
lie,
good for
you
me.
didn't.
So I can
I
see
did
anything
almost.
10 feet away from me. And
the
wait,
fine
no,
I
sorry.
forgot
Can
we
you?
were level
Yeah.
20 and now
In-
we're
in
level
magical
30, it's
darkness?
fine.
Yeah, because blind sense isn't. You
I can
can't
do this on
see in the
every
dark.
turn.
It's like
you sense it.
You sense
divine
it, yeah.
strike.
You're using your other sense
Being a
to
cleric
find somebody's
is
other.
Isn't that dope?
All right.
It's like
So everybody else is screwed.
So believe it or not, my monster is going
Good to hear,
last.
Captain Ramsey.
we can't.
Whoever
see
deals the most damage gets the most points. Remember that.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
saying that I can
Use 'em
actually
at the
see the
store.
monster if it's 10 feet in front of me.
Well, you can
This is-
sense it.
I can sense it. That means I can hit it.
Okay, let's not go too far. Hitting it might not happen.
All right. Captain, you're up.
Oh.
All right. So how do I know we're in combat if I can't see us being in combat?
Because you're on edge.
Because we're on edge.
I was gonna say you were dodging
been on-
I
flies.
feel like
I've
you
been on
heard
edge
that
since
shield
I've been
and
here.
sword came out. I feel like we all
You're leading the charge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's probably because something took a swing at you.
Oh, good.
Oh! It's probably because somebody took a swing at you.
So let's do. How is a
Let's do
21?
21 just hits.
All right. Well, it's not that bad. You're gonna take 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
See, it's crazy to think that's not that bad, but we are level 20. So
It's not that bad. It's only.
It
10.
doesn't feel that bad.
It's not too bad.
Like Abraham would be crying a little bit in the corner.
Please stop.
Think about Lictus.
Yeah. Oh, Lictus will be in a body bag. I mean,
Yeah, I'd be
we'll,
dead.
We'll be dropping them off at the corners this evening.
I have
So.
to make more
Okay.
death
So
saving
yes, you
throws.
got hit. That's why you know you're in combat.
Good to know. Glad I had to take 10 points of damage to realize that.
Hey,
But did you
I'm here
rage?
for you.
All right. I did not rage yet. So I will, with rapier out and my, wrote this down because it's cool. I have a shield made of an orange crab's shell. So I've got that out in front with my rapier, and I'm going to go ahead and try and stab at whatever swung at me.
All right. Make an attack at disadvantage.
Ooh! Oh wait, never mind. I'll let you
I mean,
say.
it's
it.
still-
I'll let you say. It. It's fine.
So the first one,
Disadvantage.
yeah,
Really-
the
really
first
set
one
that
was
mood.
a nat 20, but the second one is a 30. Did I hit?
That's like the.
30?
30.
That's the
That'll
Obama meme where he's
All
like
right.
crowning himself.
So,
like-
so I have the fancy footwork, which means I get sneak attack as long as I'm within 5 feet of it.
So you get what now? Sneak attack?
Mm. As long as I'm
Oh.
within
I'm
5
trying
feet.
to figure out exactly where you are. Yes, you're within 5 feet of it.
Okay, so I'll get sneak attack. Does it happen to be undead?
That's a good question.
It depends. We can just say yes, and I'll roll 2 extra d10s.
I was gonna say, cue the
It's-
Jeopardy music.
It does not appear to be undead.
Does not
Ooh.
appear to be.
He's not moaning like a
Okay.
zombie would.
Okay, so 1d8
Mm-hmm.
plus 5 of them plus another d8. Man, I'm strong as shit.
I'm so proud of you. Boom.
Ba-ba-ba-boom. Oh, I rolled like ass though. 6, 10, 17, 21 points. So 4 of that is radiant.
How much damage?
4 damage, that's radiant.
Okay.
And then 17 points of piercing damage.
Your weapon's magical, correct?
That is correct, sir.
So total damage 41?
41?
Is that what you said?
No, 21.
20.
Oh, wait, plus 10. 31. Sorry.
Got it.
Forgot the plus 10. So 31 total damage.
Okay.
And then second swing.
Sure.
I will swing again. That is going to be a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 17 points of damage. 2 of that is radiant.
Mm-hmm.
And
Music's really getting me going. I mean,
That
I'm not even
will-
swinging yet.
I'm going to try and, with my movement, I'm going to try and kind of see if I can feel out the monster a little bit and kind of maybe shimmy to the side.
You get the sense that it's above you.
That it's above me, because that's where I'm stabbing, obviously.
There could be multiple.
It's above us! It be up high!
You kind of like, I picture you kind of taking this like big, wide, arcing swing,
And just run.
and you hit something up top. You're like, that's it,
I feel like it was more like me unsheathing, and I just
and it was on accident.
Yeah,
Could have
I
been
didn't
a
mean to
lamp.
stab it so hard, guys.
Could have been a lamp. Could have been anything.
could have been anything.
Oh, that was our
and
light
that
source.
will-
Now we can't see at all.
That will go ahead and end my turn.
All right. So in the dark, you flail around. They can't really see what you're doing. They hear you flailing around a lot, though.
I yelled up above.
Yep.
As a bonus
you did.
action.
That's, not even as a bonus action. You could just say that as a free action.
Free action.
Other captain, you're up. Ramsey.
All right. About how far away am I from him? I
I don't know. You're the one with blind sense.
That is true. I would like to go.
I assumed you guys stayed relatively close because you
Yeah.
guys couldn't see.
I would like to inch close enough to the point where I can sense the creature.
Okay. It's above you.
So it's above me. Okay.
Mhm.
I
You
would,
remember that scene in Aliens where they're coming out of the ceiling? If you've never seen that,
Yes.
you should watch that. It's
Yes.
really
I'm
good.
pretty sure I've seen that scene before. Okay, then I'm going to attack with my scimitar then.
Okay. It's at disadvantage.
Even with blind sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can sense it, but you still have to be able to.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. 15.
That doesn't hit, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Then I will take my second action
You got it.
to shoot at it.
Okay. This is going to be normal. No disadvantage on this.
Okay.
Because you're a pistol guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that is very good.
Hey.
18 plus 13.
Carry the 1.
This is why I use the computer.
We got, what is that, a 31?
Something like that.
30 something.
30.
Miss.
Well, I hope 30 hits. You guys aren't fighting ancient dragons today.
Yeah.
That's going to hit.
Okay, I'm going to roll a d10. I don't have a d10. Yes, I do. Is it a
I
D10?
thought I gave you
It
a
was
D8.
31.
No, I don't have a d10.
Thanks, Catholic school.
You did one thing
This is
right.
a
Just take the zero.
Literally
Just take the
one.
zero off of whatever you
What
roll.
do you need?
D10.
That's a d100.
The same thing. You could
No, I didn't really think about it that way.
He's like
drop to 0.
This will never work.
I'm not dropping the 0. You take 80.
This
Magic
is American
using
You got it.
school systems are failing us.
and that was my bonus action.
I'm college educated.
So in the dark, you see just in his general area from his what kind of gun you have?
Just a pistol.
It's just a pistol. You actually hear the smoke and powder and a little just brief flash, but not enough to pierce the darkness. Just enough to see his face.
That's my turn.
Not moving or anything, huh?
I just moved close enough to
You got it.
get to sense the monster.
Belva, you're up.
All right. So far we've. If you want to do that every time it's my turn, that's fine. So we've established that whatever we're fighting is above us. That's where you shot too, right? So that's where I would have seen anything. Can I try to?
Well, you can use your ears. You hear it. Hear where the fight has been going on.
Yeah, I wanted to try to maybe like see if I can find like the limits of whatever this thing is, like if it's wide out to the side or if it's just straight above us. Have we established anything about like size or anything
No.
like that yet?
We have not.
So what if I
We
move?
don't know how high the ceiling is.
Yeah, I don't want to go run away by myself in the darkness.
We are
but,
not perceptive.
No. 20 levels later.
Yeah, but I guess I would want to just make like some sort of check to see if I can like find anything out about like the breadth of whatever. we're fighting.
Make
Like,
a
can I hear it?
make
further off
make
to
a
the
perception check. I'm going to give you advantage on it.
Side? Okay.
17.
And a 17. Well,
Okay.
thank you for the advantage.
Plus
and
whatever your
so
thing
that
is.
yeah.
So, in your experience in combat and having been out in the world for a while, I'm going to
19.
say that you can determine by the wide arcs of the blade where it hit, where you can kind of hear it scratching across the ceiling, that the thing is considered to be a large size.
Okay. Cool. So I want to try and maybe like. So I'm thinking I pulled off to the side a little bit to find maybe like a wall or whatever like the edge of this is. And I'm tiny, so I want to kind of try to run, jump, kick off the wall and try to just shove my spear up, see if I can
Okay.
connect with
Yeah.
anything. I've never played a melee character before. I'm
It's
so excited.
it's very weird. It's a weird.
Oh
adjustment.
my!
Well, I don't think you're going to get better than that, but you do have to roll. You do have to roll at disadvantage.
That is true.
Okay.
I forgot.
It was exciting enough to do it
Hey,
in the first place.
that's
Maybe
awesome.
I might roll another one.
You might roll another one.
No,
Close.
but not the worst thing that ever happened.
All right.
All right, so we've got a 28.
Yeah, that hits. Absolutely.
All right, here we go. So that's for 15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'd kind of like to, while I'm up there, so Belva's got like long dark braids with a bunch of different like handmade dwarven jewelry all throughout it, just stuff she's like collected through. So that kind of like whips through the air dramatically, and she knows that not a single damn person can see it, which is disappointing. So we spear attack once on the jump, and then I want to kind of try to like at least on my way down swing around and attack again.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Disadvantage though, right?
Mm-hmm.
7 plus, so that's a 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. Jesus. I was like 7. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see what
20
happens.
is
That's
fine.
still good, right?
Did I do okay?
Does a 20 hit? Does it?
That's for 12 damage.
Another 12. You got it.
Then I'm just,
So you guys couldn't see it,
I'm just pulling out.
but it
all the
looked
stuff.
awesome.
but you could feel
For
it.
everyone who
I
can
can
see
sense
it.
You guys heard her doing some flipping and jumping off of a box, and then you hear "Hutcha, hutcha," and then you hear this thing go "Ah!" And then, so you think she hit it, or she stabbed herself.
Or she stabbed herself.
Do we
Yeah,
have to
that's
make a dexterity saving throw to see if her braids came around? She's doing all these twirls.
No.
to hit us?
She's trained this maneuver
Or she
enough
tripped
that she
over.
could do this blindfolded and not hit you guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's kind of my whole thing. and so we hit twice. I'm gonna keep going for it. But I think so. I've kind of hit the side now, and I have a general idea that it's big. So I kind of just want to say like, she's a big one, and just so I can try to let everybody know. And then I'm gonna just keep trying to attack, but maybe from underneath. You can hear it?
I don't know. I can't tell, but I'm just gonna go.
She's upset.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, so I'm attacking again, but now I'm down near the bottom trying to see. So I feel like I found the side. I'm going to come back underneath and try not to get too far away from all my guys. So let's see. It's a 14 and an 11, so 27.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Save some for the rest of us.
For 10.
Another 10. You got it.
Yeah.
Whack it with your staff.
Um,
Forget the mace.
and I have a feeling shoving this large creature isn't going to be super effective, so I won't worry about it. I'll just take my last attack then, so somebody else can have a turn.
You get 4 attacks?
I think so, right?
I don't know. I'm not your
Yeah,
character.
the level 20 fighter.
Actions for
4
attack
attacks.
4. That's
That's-
why I wanted to do
that's
it. I was like,
disgusting.
I know. I was like,
It's amazing.
That's.
That's not even your bonus.
And I
Yeah.
have I have 2 action surge and
That's gross.
yeah, I know. I was like, I'm taking it all the way.
Why
to
are you
20.
guys playing rogues?
Oh, disadvantage. This guy,
That's
Belva,
like her
is
fourth
trying to do the coolest things you've ever seen. It's just disappointing that it's in the dark.
You
So-
guys picture her being like a weed whacker, and they're like the spirit is spinning around, Darth Maul style,
Yeah,
super
Darth-
fast.
It's a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. And that's another 10.
Jeez.
And then somebody else can play.
And then she's like, and now someone else can have a turn.
Yeah, and I just moved. So we'll say that I like. What do you think to go around?
Just like
I only had
15.
like.
I'd say with the boxes and the way it's difficult terrain, so you can
Yeah.
move about half of your normal movement.
Okay, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's still about
Yeah,
15,
so I just don't want to get too far
Nah, I-
away. So if I
You-
can get myself.
there's no
back,
map, you can't see it anyway.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
if I can get myself just back
Sure.
close within my.
Absolutely.
party. Yep. Perfect.
Okay, so you guys hear a bunch of, "Hoo-yah, hoo-yah," and jumping and spinning. You don't see it. You hear a lot of stick. It sounds like something sharp going into something kind of fleshy. But again, you don't see anything. So next up is going to be Billy.
It's Billy. Oh,
Billy,
God.
Billy the orc.
Is that
You're a good-
Billy the orc?
Oh wait, what happened?
You're 7.
He's
I'm last. I asked if you.
No,
Yeah.
the monster's last.
Monsters last.
But you can be before.
No, go.
No, you're
No, so Billy is hearing all this weed whacking going on, just like old times.
Yep.
Back on the farm.
But one thing has
You guys,
changed.
I'm having a great time.
I got
One-
confused because of the Billy name.
One thing has
It's already
changed since
happened.
Billy went to the farm. He will actually take his finger, and you'll see well, you guys won't.
You
see
guys
it,
can't
but
see anything.
claw-
I like that you guys are describing this, but no one can see it.
So a claw kind of sticks out of his finger, and he slices his hand, and you start to hear the howls of like a wolf. And he's going to transform into his wolf form.
You guys all get scared thinking there's a second monster in the room. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. You guys have adventured with him before.
Yeah, but they didn't know about this.
Oh, this is
first,
a new thing.
First time.
Yeah, you guys actually think that there's a second monster in the room.
So do we have to
All right.
roll to see which monster we're gonna attack?
Maybe.
Let's see what Billy does. Maybe.
Yeah. So I
There you go,
transform.
he's a wolf now.
Um, I believe that's my-
What's the duration?
it's
And-
it's a 1 hour.
1 hour. You got it.
Yeah, so that's a bonus action. So he will he knows roughly where the sounds are, just being a little bit more amplified. He'll kind of jump up in the air trying to claw this thing down from the ceiling,
You got it.
making 2 unarmed strikes. 25 for the first one.
Do you have disadvantage?
At disadvantage.
Okay, 13.
13 will miss.
Dang it. Oh, wait, they're plus 16, so add 5 more to that.
18.
18.
18 will miss.
Back to rolling we
I
go.
think the lowest we've hit so far is a 21.
Okay, 24.
That'll hit.
Woo! It's just 11 damage. I
That's
don't
it.
even have to roll.
Is it magical?
It is magical.
Are you sure?
Oh, wait.
I'd really like it to be, and so yes, please.
Yeah, can it be magical? No, it's just normal.
Okay.
It's
So
just
how much? 11?
Yeah,
You got it.
and yeah, you just hear the leap, and he's howling.
So in the darkness, you guys hear what sounds like a savage beast jump up in the general ceiling area, and it sounds like two beasts are now fighting.
I think something got Billy.
There's another one.
Anything else from
That's
you?
it. No,
Okay.
that's it.
Jean Leo.
I would like to do, I don't know, perception or insight to see if this darkness is magical.
It is magical.
I would like to cast Dispel Magic.
At what level?
We're going to go level 4 just to make sure.
We're gonna go level. This is when you talk here. And
Darkness is
6.
Just to be sure.
Look for his reaction.
Yeah.
Level 27.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to go with level 4. When you cast this level 4, you automatically end the effects of the spell of the target. So I'm casting Dispel Magic at level 4.
Nothing
misses.
happens.
Oh,
I don't like that, so it doesn't work.
drum roll.
Yes. That'll dispel the darkness.
Hey!
So now we can see everything.
What does the
Can
battle
see
map
everything.
look like?
Uh-oh.
What is it? What is the monster look?
Oh. Oh. He has to go get it. Pause the drum roll,
Light is good.
Time out.
and then we'll bring it
Forever.
back.
Time in.
Oh gosh. Oh sweet mother.
Donna.
If I'd only thought about the.
monster, but it's what I have.
That's perfect.
It's close enough.
If I'd only thought about it, maybe 15 minutes ago.
That's the worst thing about being a spellcaster. You go, oh, what this thing that works exactly on
when you're not used to it
Yeah,
either.
no.
In this general area. And
There's so
now
many
you
cleric
actually see that
spells.
there's a werewolf down here
Oh.
fighting amongst you.
How did they know?
And then,
Billy learned a new trick.
there you go. So the thing that's actually on the ceiling is a bone devil.
Oh, a bone devil.
So, I cast the spell magic, and as a bonus action, I want to spirit weapon.
Yeah.
Can I do that or?
Yep.
No.
Spiritual weapon.
Because it's 2-leveled spells.
Oh, okay, it's a level spell. Okay, never mind then.
No, there's no rule against 2-level spells. But if you cast a spell with a spell slot, then your bonus action has to be a cantrip.
Oh, okay.
And vice versa, if you cast a cantrip, then you can only do
Never
a level
mind,
spell.
never
And
mind.
other thing.
Yeah, I was.
Sorry.
That's the other thing about a cleric. There's probably something you can do every time, but you have to somehow remember.
Yeah, all the spells.
Oh, I need to switch my guy right away then. I can't remember anything. Oh, spoiler.
Spoiler.
He might be a cleric.
Wow.
No, where am I at? Towards the back.
Yep.
So I'm out of.
You're out of immediate danger. Yes.
I'm just gonna be like, oh.
Oh.
Oh, that
Walks
looks
out the door.
that looks like a spicy meatball.
That sounds
Backing
fun.
up, yes.
Just walks out the door.
Okay. So you back up some? Yes.
I just back up maybe about 10 feet or so.
All right. So this thing is going to alien style crawl across the ceiling, avoiding attacks of opportunity.
Cute.
You son of a bitch.
Crawls across to the creature that dispelled the darkness, comes down the other side, and it's going to make some attacks against the guy that is wielding the holy magics.
And then recast dark.
It seems to specifically not like you for some reason.
Wonder why.
So it's going to make a claw attack.
Who turned the lights
Is
on?
he within 5 feet of me? Or is that too far?
He's about 10 feet.
Ugh, okay. I say never mind.
Okay, so 13.
Misses.
Okay, second claw attack is a 22.
That will hit.
Need my. There we go. So it's going to be 7 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then this like scorpion like stinger tail makes an attack at you as well.
Oh, has a tail.
That is
That's
26.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Look at
It's gonna be 13. So you're gonna take 13 points of piercing damage,
Ooh.
and then you're going to take.
Is it hurting yet?
A lot of hate going on here.
I feel targeted.
You're gonna take 19 poison damage, and then you need to succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
You get plus.
Did you hear how he said you need to save? It wasn't like, hey, hopefully you save. It's you
He's
need.
within 10 feet of me, or no?
He is.
Okay, you get plus 5.
Ooh.
You're saving throw.
On Constitution,
It's a low DC. You'll be good.
20.
Yeah, you're good.
Ooh.
That is its turn.
Okay. Top of the round.
Captain.
Aye. All right. So, is Billy wearing clothes that we would recognize him as being Billy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely is wearing the same armor, and he's carrying the Hammer of Thunderbolt you know that he has, so it's on his back.
So I'm gonna kind of give him a little heads up would have been good, kind of look.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know about that.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know.
I didn't think I was gonna need to
Change my sea pants after this, and then I'm going to move as close as I have to get to him at 30 feet.
Yeah, you either.
Okay, so I get to him, and then I will. And now that we have light, you can see the orange crab shield that I wield, and I have my rapier, and I will say "On guard!" and go for a stab.
Ooh, stabby.
Stabby. 8 plus 14. Carry the 1. 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yay. Alright, so I'm going to get my sneak attack again. Isn't that cool? Plus a D8. And he's not undead or fiend.
He is a fiend.
Hit your D10s. Get you some. Let's go.
Plus a D8.
I
I
hate
love watching people roll dice.
Oh, that's a good one.
I just don't want to add. That's my main thing
Math
about
is-
playing a road.
Math is just so hard. You guys said this was going to be fun and adventures. It's just math.
15, 20, 29, 32.
The role playing is adding math.
35.
Hey, you can't
See, I
switch
get
that die
to
to a
attack
6.
a lot, but I'm never gonna roll
I get to role
39.
play as a math teacher.
Hey.
That's 52 damage.
Oh, weird.
That's it's just 52. No,
No, it's
No
only
big whoop.
52 damage.
There is. Do you need a breakdown of Radiant?
No.
Okay. Some of it's
because your weapon's magical.
correct. So some of that be Radiant.
That's why he's a rogue. He likes rolling that many dice. He can't cast Shatter, so.
And then I will swing again with my second attack. Ooh, that is a 1. Wah, wah.
I
Does
think you hit.
Total of 15.
That does not hit. But you finished him off with the first strike.
That's why I'm the captain of
So
this ship.
go ahead and finish him off.
All right, so with the rapier, I'm going to kind of take the shield, swing it over my head, stab him in, and kind of give him a little Zorro action going on. And just you see his bones start to flail off and burn up with the radiant damage. Then I'll give a good little twirl, and you can see my turtle skinned cloak that I wear go kind of flying through the air. I finished him off for you.
Yeah.
And that spin was super necessary.
I
Thank
did
you
all
so
the work.
much.
It's all part of the movement, you know.
It's all part of the movement.
All right. We want to check this guy out.
Oh.
He looks dead.
I was gonna say I agree. I mean,
So as the body falls to the ground, the devil form that it once was starts to slowly shift and transform, being manipulated by the energies of limbo back into its natural form, which is a left hand.
A left hand. Uh-oh. So maybe we're going to meet meet the rest of that body.
I mean, it's just a hand.
We're gonna meet the right hand.
It could
I
be
mean, I have a
it
left
could be
hand.
anyone's
You
left
guys are
hand.
about to meet these hands.
It could be anything.
Well, that you said hands. That's plural. I only saw one.
only one.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, it's probably not native to this
I'm just
plane.
excited I got to use that miniature. I've never got to use that.
Hey, love it.
Toto, I don't think we're
Does
in
anybody
Kansas anymore.
recognize this hand?
Which one? This hand or this one?
I,
No, no,
I
I'm
know
talking
the
about
right
the one
hand.
that's on the
I
ground.
was say I know the right hand really well.
So the hand
The
itself,
haymaker
nothing
and
looks,
Johnny Banana.
nothing looks
Which one?
magical or special about the hand.
Okay, where did the hand go? Is it
Is
just
it
on
like
the ground?
bony?
Just laying on the ground. No, it's fleshy.
Fleshy?
Yep.
Can I
Does
pick
it?
the hand up?
Yeah, I mean it's a hand.
Can I
Is it left hand?
cast detect good and evil on
It is a left hand.
Cast good, detect good or evil.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure the alignment of the hand that these belong to. We'll say good.
We'll say good.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go
Alright.
with good.
This is a good
Does
hand.
it have like any identifying like rings or anything that would say that it was part of?
Looks human,
Looks human.
probably.
Good.
Probably.
Good to know.
That's about as much as it had.
It's like a left hand. Okay.
Is it turning purple?
It actually looks relatively fresh.
Preserved?
It's kind of bleeding at the wrist. It looks like it was
Okay.
torn off of whatever it was attached to originally.
Probably the keeper of this tower. I'd have to guess.
Well, we have. Is this what we need?
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that we came for a left hand.
It could be powerful.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, why would they send us for the one hand and not the rest?
Says you're not arguing and trying to defend the hand now.
So maybe I'm arguing.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
talk to the hand.
can we?
But
I was gonna say, can we leave now? I mean, is this good enough?
This is what we needed, right?
We'll just lie. We'll say this was. Yeah, we killed him. Here
The
you go.
rest
Here's
of
his
them
left
fell
hand. We
off.
brought. We would bring his head, but
who is him?
we had a smashing pumpkin.
What
stuff.
exactly is our goal here?
Who has the bag of holding?
You do.
So who has the hand?
I currently.
He has
Yeah.
the hand.
I opened the bag of
What
holding.
is our objective here again?
We're supposed to just investigate this
We're
tower.
trying to figure out why this tower disappeared.
Yeah.
So I don't think showing up with a hand says anything about why the
No.
tower disappeared.
We could
I think we
say
need to press
whoever
on.
did it, here's his hand, and
I
everything.
don't know what it's like everywhere else, but if I show up back to the mountains with a singular hand and no explanation, I don't think I'm getting the parade. I
Someone's
was
going to
looking for.
jail.
Yeah.
Well, that's the mountains.
I've done it.
I didn't say little Timmy got his hand cut off in a saw once, but that was it. Well, fine. We'll keep going a little bit further. We have our very powerful guy over here. He'll clear darkness if it's still here.
Yeah, thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
So
Good.
can I
Thank you for burning up that 4th level spell slot. I appreciate it.
So I'm gonna
Do it
take the
again.
rapier
You're like
and
you have a
like
cleric.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, can we?
So if he would have cast a light spell, he would have had to cast it at higher than 6th level to dispel the darkness. But just to spell
Okay.
magic is just to spell
Uh,
magic. So
So I'd like to
you could
take
have cast
the
it at the
rapier
lowest level.
and like poke a hole through the hand and tie it to my belt.
Okay.
Ooh.
We have a bag of holding.
Oh, it looks better like this.
That's fair.
It does.
It's like a
A little edgy.
yeah.
Well,
Looks metal.
Trophy.
Yeah.
let's press on.
Totally metal, man.
So this is the door that we're trying to go to, right?
The big door is the one you came in.
That's coming in. So let's.
So when I casted Detect Good and Evil, I can also sense any undead or fiend celestials within 60 feet.
You don't sense any.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's a good sign.
Sorry, 30 feet.
You definitely don't sense any.
Definitely.
Well,
Stronger
Now
feeling
you
of not
really
sensing.
don't.
well,
Hey,
well,
Before you were
Captain.
like pretty sure. Now you're 100.
These aren't the fiends you're looking for.
So now there's that door right in front of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Captain.
So before we go in there, I'd like to use one of the charges off my staff of healing. I just put it. Heal myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna use 10 of lay on hands on myself as well.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
gonna
feeling
stand
good.
here like a blood hunter would and not heal myself.
I'm just gonna be a rogue and not take damage. For now.
Oh, I can't wait to kill you.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say, Captain. I mean,
I know. I said you're gonna make me regret.
you
saying
led us to greatness.
As I always do.
Keep going.
I would like to see if the door is locked. think of that.
Because
it's trapped.
Like, I bust down.
So as you touch the door, you feel a pulsing burst of necrotic energy flood through your veins, and you take 8 necrotic damage.
The door's trapped.
Well.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
Leo, can you fix this door?
Is this against magic?
Yes.
Okay. I
Leo
have
is sharpening
advantage
his
then.
pencil.
Sharpening my staff.
You're the only.
Sharpening his staff and
That's
heal.
gonna be 27.
Okay, you're good.
It has to pierce the
And then you
skull
said it's
to heal.
8 points.
It's 8 points of necrotic damage. Yep.
Necrotic. The door is trapped.
Yeah.
It's a little spicy.
A little spicy.
A little spice of the undead.
Leo, you're strong enough. You can fix that door.
We had that fancy darkness spell. Could you darkness spell the door? Take that as a no.
Searching through all 100 spells.
Look at him all weird.
I'm gonna see if I can discern on the door where this trap, I assume, is coming from.
It's not a trap.
Not a trap. It's not a trap.
It's emanating from the door itself.
Do you wait? All right. Now this might sound weird. Take that hand and open it with the hand.
That makes sense. I'll take the hand off
Take
my belt
8 necrotic damage.
and I'm gonna hold it out and kind of step back a little bit and see if I can just kind of flick the door handle with it.
So as you try to put your hand around the other hand to turn the knob, you feel the necrotic energy flow through the other hand, but it doesn't seem to hurt you. It doesn't sting. It doesn't burn, and you're able to twist the handle.
Hi, that's pleasant.
All that time on the farms made me smart. A lot of reading.
What's he doing with extra hands around the farm? Is what I
What are you doing with the hand?
I'd guess after the door's opened and just put it back on my belt.
Okay.
It comes right off the door.
Yep.
Doesn't
No problems. Yep. Absolutely no problems.
Does the door stay open?
Yep.
Not
Has
slam.
he walked
It's
through,
slammed
has he
shut.
walked through the door
Don't-
yet?
He hasn't tried that, but
I will.
the door is open.
I will walk through the door.
So as you take a couple steps through, you see that there's a staircase that leads upward. It's a
Can
very narrow hallway. There's no other ways but just up.
with my werewolf form, can I try to smell around and smell for?
What's the
Dead.
range? What's the range on that?
I'm just asking.
Okay, I'll give you advantage on any perception that would be from sense of smell.
I'm kind of looking.
or even hearing.
I'm looking for the smell of just like a corpse that's been dead for a few days.
Make a perception check with advantage.
think.
27.
The smell of death wafts up the steps.
What do you got, boy?
I'll kind of snarl a little bit. I think it's safe.
Aye. Well, fellow Captain Alfredo
Okay.
to victory.
You wander up the steps of the tower. Ascending the stairs, you come to what looks to be a living space that seems to be much larger than the previous floor you were on. There's plain wooden furniture that's strewn about in a common area between two wooden doors. Beyond the common area is a small, disorganized library with bookcases that seem to reach from floor to ceiling. There are some dead leaves that are scattered on the floor of the library.
Nice. Do we recognize any of these books?
Nope.
Is this still in darkness?
Nope.
Okay.
Are these books? Can we recognize the language?
They're written in various languages.
Does everything in this room feel like it's morphing and shifting like everything else kind of has been in Limbo, or does this look pretty
It
straightforward?
sounds like it is from the outside, but not from the inside.
library? So in here, it looks pretty much like a library.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
Well, and then there's the two doors. It looks like it opens up into like a common area.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'll make my way towards the common area, kind of still sniffing out the bodies, seeing if anything gets stronger.
So you go through you're going towards the larger door.
Yeah.
It's kind of ajar. you kind of take a peek inside. You can see an unmade bed that's large enough for 2 people that sits in the corner of the room. There's a simple wooden wardrobe, a desk, and a basin of water, and that's pretty much all the furniture that's in this chamber. Besides a candle that's burned down to its nub, you see a small journal sitting open on a desk. There's a bottle of ink that appears to have spilled its contents on the journal, covering it in shiny black ink.
I'll try to pick up the journal and read.
Okay. All but the most recent entries have been rendered unreadable by the spilled ink. The most recent entry that you can read reads as follows. Aiden no longer sleeps in our bed. Each night, he roams around the tower reading books, but more often than not, he goes to the observatory and stares at the black gate on the far wall. It appeared just a few days ago, but we can't divine any information about it. I once convinced him to retire to bed, and he was racked by a pain behind his left eye throughout the night. Now, he sleeps fitfully during the day. He says that night is the time to uncover secrets.
Night is the time to uncover secrets.
Do we recognize any of the
who's
names?
it? I was gonna say who's it signed by.
It's signed by, on the cover, it's named Kalen.
And what was the name in the book?
Aiden.
Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
I
These
mean,
people sound familiar at all to
I was
us?
going to say, do we know
Nope.
when we were sent for the Wizarding Tower, do we know Wizarding?
What's-
The Wizarding Tower?
They don't sound familiar to you, but they did say that there were some scholars that lived in the tower.
Okay.
They were doing some kind of research. They were on the cusp of something. Not really sure. You know, wizards are always like doing things. So
knowledge is best learned at night.
And he was in the observatory.
Okay.
With the candlestick.
not the lead pipe.
Let me write that down.
Colonel Mustard.
You got it. Game's over, guys. You guys win.
Win.
Level 20's easy.
No,
Gosh, took like 4 damage.
no. I.
Puny god.
Is there any book in that library that seems kind of out of place, like it was recently picked up?
Not that you can tell.
Okay. I'll start savaging the place. Just starting to knock books off of it.
You're now checking back in the library, or are you staying in the bedroom?
I'm gonna go back to the library because I
Okay.
mean, knowledge. It's nighttime. I'm assuming. Well, I don't know.
You're not
here.
sure what time of day it is here.
It's kind
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm assuming. I'm just gonna assume it's nighttime. So.
So you're knocking books off the shelves. You're not sure what you're looking for. What is everybody else doing?
I'm looking for well, shit.
Can we see any of the stuff that they were describing in that? So can we see like the tower or the gate that they were talking about,
Or
or
the
anything like that
observatory?
from the room?
You can see that there is a door that leads out onto a balcony.
Can we go out to the balcony and look and see if
Sure.
we can see where the observatory is?
I mean, you look outside and see Limbo, but
Yeah, but do I see a... So maybe we're assuming this was written before the tower
yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're probably not going to see the same thing
No.
they were seeing outside.
true. Is there any other doors in this room or the library?
yeah, there's another door.
And with my
There was
intelligence-
basically 2 doors side by side. One came into this room, one came into the other room, and then there's one in the master bedroom that goes out into like what looks like a balcony.
Okay.
You want to try the other door?
Let's try the other door.
Okay.
Good idea, Cap.
What's behind door number 2?
Totally my idea.
I did not give you a tally mark for beating the Bone Devil, but I do give him a tally mark for doing this.
We're gonna deal with the library thing here in a second.
You're good. Yeah, no, you're
This
good.
is arbitrary.
Okay.
It's my thing.
So. This is a small chamber. It contains a bed, a trunk, and a desk. It's much smaller than the other room. Tucked against the wall, just inside the room, looks like there's a pair of newly shined shoes. On the desk, there's a quill with a pot of ink. There are 2 books that are laying open on the desk. One looks to be quite old, while the other looks to be new.
Okay.
Does it look like, looking at the books, they look like copies? Like one's being copied? Or are they just completely two different books? I mean, I could just ask what's in the book.
What's in the book?
You said the shoes were polished.
I'm gonna know everything but
Yes.
what it says.
Is the inkwell, does it still have ink in it? It hasn't been
So it
dropped?
looks like he's using the new books to translate, whoever was sitting here, translate the old books
Old
into the
books.
new one. Almost obsessively because it's in common.
The book, the old one's in common?
And he's translating it into common.
What's it saying in common on the last page that we
It's
saw?
just talking about history and stuff. Like nothing really strikes you as being odd or important.
Is the ink,
Where-
the inkwell still
Yeah.
wet?
Mhm.
It's
But it
not.
looks like he was really trying to.
He
get
was
this
obsessed about
information
it.
down.
Yep.
Where does it stop?
It goes on for several hundred pages.
No.
What's the last word written?
Yeah,
It's not like
it's a clue.
all work and no play makes.
No. He's actually taking a book and he's
Yeah.
basically copying it
Yeah.
verbatim into this other book.
Do we recognize the language in the old book?
It's just common.
Just come.
Both
It's common.
books are-
That that's why it's weird because you're like, why is he writing this book about how to make? It looks like a cooking recipe. It doesn't really actually say what it is. We'll say it's a cooking recipe
Yeah.
Are there
for how to make roast duck or something.
are there like copies of other books like he's
Nope,
been doing?
just
This?
this
Does
one
it
thing.
look like there's any secret code in these books? You can
Not that you can
discern?
tell. It just looks like a recipe.
Is there anything else in the room?
Other than the shiny shoes and the bed, no.
No desks or anything? Dang.
You're looking at the desk, but this is the only two things on the desk.
Mm.
There's no drawers to the desk. It's more like a table.
Do shoes give off like a magical radiance?
They do not. They just seem like regular shoes.
Are they Nikes?
They are not.
Skechers.
They are New Balances.
New Balances.
New Balance.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give those to Billy's old
Hashtag-
ass.
They're
Hashtag ad.
I got you some shoes, Grandpa.
the orthopedic.
I don't know if those talons are gonna
Under the
fit
bed.
out there, but
Is there a monster in the bed?
There is nothing under the bed.
I'm sure
There's
there's an
no-
old
there are no
dog
other, like,
Matrix
doors or anything in
joke
there,
in
right?
here
In this
somewhere,
room,
right?
no.
Yeah. Just that. That's it.
That's it.
All right.
well, maybe we take the books. Could be something that they like.
So while you're investigating this in the library,
I was just gonna say I feel like
I'll just take the old book. Don't think.
cramped shelves are packed with old rotting tomes, newly bound books, loose sheets of parchment, and tightly wound scrolls. There are 3 chairs surrounding a table that is covered with various documents. Dried leaves cover the floor and have appeared to have blown in from a half-closed door to the right of the bookshelves, which leads into the master bedroom.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll just.
Dried
So it leads to the master bedroom. Has anybody been in the master? We've already been in the
We've
master.
been in the master.
Yeah, that's where we started. So, yeah, I mean, I'll.
Bless.
I mean, for somebody to be living in this area, they're bound to come back. So, I will start knocking books over, trying to find some kind of lever or anything. Nothing.
So the leaves are blowing in from the balcony. Is that what you said?
Mhm.
Those leaves, those wouldn't have been in limbo.
Probably not.
So those came with it.
Yeah.
But
I love to pick one thing.
What was
to
that-
fixate on.
if
It might be the
if they're
leaves in this time.
so he's transcribing the books to common.
From common to
He's
From
common.
common to
basically
common.
just copying it. He's taking it from common and writing it
as
to
if he's
common.
mad.
So they
basically.
took this tower. They took this tower for a purpose of taking the tombs and the books
hmm
and copying them so they could use it. Follow? I mean, I don't know any of this, but I'm just.
I'm just gonna
But
let,
if
I'm
he
just gonna let
was-
you talk.
If he was feeling like he had to make direct copies of everything, did he know this, or the people living in the tower know something like this was coming and they were
Mm.
trying to get the information out first?
Why
I
not
mean,
just-
or he could be giving the information to somebody else.
So is there
Schemer.
there's still like that piece of paper and ink and all that?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna pick it up and I'm gonna write insane question mark and drop the quill.
Does anything happen when
There's
you write?
there's no reaction at all, and it works just like normal paper, normal quill.
Oh, I was just writing. For
He's just letting us know.
letting him know what my thoughts on.
Got it. Okay.
I think he's mad.
I'm gonna pull out the hand and go, "What do you think, Timmy? Which book do you
You
like?"
just see it
better?"
go.
Place the hand on the book.
Literal hand puppets.
Yeah, I will put up the middle finger on the
Have the
hand.
Bunny
hand. Have
ears.
the handwrite.
Have the hand right?
Yeah.
Do you have any tape to hold the pen in the hand?
You can use your hand.
All right,
Here, I'll help you.
I'll put the quill in the hand, and I'll
Right, insane.
write insane.
You're just making a mess.
There's like
Blood.
blood dripping on the page.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and slap Billy.
Whoever
With
I'm angry. I bite his hand off. No, so the hand unlocked the door.
R.
So whoever's hand that is, that's the person that wrote the books.
Maybe, or he had the password.
And where was that?
In his hand?
You said the smell of death
You
is
know how
coming
that's
strongest from the bedroom.
No, I said that it was just coming from up the steps.
Yeah,
It's
where?
coming from up the steps.
I was gonna say, is my
The smell of death is all through this area.
It's all through this area. Okay. There's no like sense of it's
Things
strongest
have
here.
died here.
can I look up to see if there's anything like in the
I mean,
ceilings?
On the ceiling, looks like a ceiling.
Not, and
Does it
it's-
look like there's more levels? Or like this might be the top.
It's hard to tell.
Where's?
Okay.
I'll walk towards the balcony, and I'll go outside and look up and see if.
So you're going back through the bedroom.
yeah.
The only things you have not really experimented with are the books themselves in the library. You've been just throwing them around, and you haven't checked the bed. You haven't checked the desk.
Okay.
I
check.
want to go. I'll
Yeah, go
check the
ahead.
books.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna just go sit on the bed.
It's quite comfortable.
I guess I'll just check the library for secret
Yeah.
doors.
For some good, but
Hey.
So some of the books seem to catch your eye. Some of them talk about dark magics. They all seem to have that same sort of common theme.
Can I pick up all the books that talk about that? I'm just,
It
like,
would
put
be pretty much all of them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they all talk about that subject matter in
Um,
some way, shape, or form. Rumors, legends, myths.
any commonalities that we can see right away?
Just
Like,
from the covers, you
just,
can't.
but
tell.
like, okay, so what if I want to pick up a book that so you figured out that they're all like dark magic.
Dark magic.
I want to find
Is
maybe a book that looks like it's well loved.
So one of the older volumes has a piece of paper folded up inside of it, a piece of parchment. It's
Yeah.
right in the front, and scrawled across very in a almost like a shaky hand wrote it.
frantic.
Is one word.
Insane.
Vecna.
What is it?
Vecna.
Does that ring any bells?
Make a history check. Anyone who wants. Well, you're the only one that's read it.
I'm the only one.
Oh.
I'll just Vecna.
Say it out
You
loud.
say it out loud.
I'm saying it. I guess I did. Yeah.
But they're in the library, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in the bedroom.
They're in the bedroom, but us two are there.
Yeah.
So that's
17.
15.
Are
Okay.
you in the bedroom?
I think I went out to the library.
You say the name Vecna,
Don't say it
and
3
you
times.
take you
Well,
take
I was looking in the mirror.
you take 15 points of psychic damage
Oh shit!
as like this piercing jolt of negative energy fills your head and like causes almost like a brief headache.
Let's
yeah.
see.
I'm just gonna like.
I say Vecna
Twitch.
10 times. It's not really. It's just to pass out.
You are dead.
I,
10.7 times?
I'm glad my guy can't speak much.
I will.
it feels like it's just like a stab behind my eye so much that I. Had to,
I need
like,
you to make an
stop.
intelligence saving throw.
You get +5.
Thank you.
Is it against magic?
Yes.
You also have advantage.
Cool.
What up?
What?
Paladins are cool.
That's great because I'm bad at intelligence. Oh no. See, so much so that I scroll down. Okay. That's a 13 plus 5 is an 18.
Ooh, that was close. You barely passed.
It's real early to have to use it.
I got a 17. Wait. 17 on the history check.
That was 15.
15 for me.
That's right.
Yes.
Even people who are not well versed in history have heard the name Vecna.
Mhm.
You know a little bit more.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say his name.
He is
thanks.
he is
Appreciate
known
that.
throughout the multiverse as being one of the most powerful mages to ever live. Not because he is a mage any longer, or strictly a mage. He has transcended death.
Turn 2.
He's what's now known as an archlich.
Yeah. I was gonna say
I will head back.
And he was on Stranger Things, guys.
It was on Stranger Things. I suggest not
Hashtag
saying that name
ad.
anymore. There's name and power
I
for
will.
people's- or there's
I
power
actually
in powerful
just
people's names.
thought of something in the bedroom.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave.
So
Make an investigation check in the bedroom
Oh,
because you're
okay.
kind of investigating that.
well, no, I was saying I thought of something,
Okay.
but I need to go to our captain.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
I need to borrow.
So as you're while you're doing that thing, while you're kind of flipping through, you see that a lot of these books have passages and things that seem to either be circled or not really highlighted, but they've
Yeah.
been well read that all have to do with this particular person.
Okay.
That seems to be the theme.
I think I'm gonna call him Big V from now on.
I will.
Just gonna go with the dark one.
I will ask for the hand,
Oh, that's
just for you to
that's
hold it out.
Here's little Timmy.
So you'll see the claw actually get a little bit bigger, and you will. I'll. Oh my gosh! I'll brand that creature, and I know where its location is. At all
The
times.
creature that the hand belongs to.
Yeah, as long as it's on the same plane as of right now.
Well, as being limbo.
That creature is outside on the balcony.
Oh, that just got creepy.
I just thought of it. I was like, wait. As long as the hand.
You're getting a very strong pull that it's outside on
You
the balcony.
just like you do that. You just slowly turn around and look at the balcony, and we're
I was
like,
gonna say, do we watch
Somebody's
him
face up
turn?
against the mirror.
"That's creepy.
I
That's good."
feeling the pool. I will
Drum.
look into the master bedroom where Bounce House over here is sitting.
While you're bouncing on the bed, you see something kind of roll off onto the floor in the shape of a sphere.
It's a head.
No, it's small.
I'll bend over and pick it up.
It's kind of squishy. It's an eyeball.
Nope.
Bill
put
is
down.
so giddy right now. He's like,
I know what's happening.
he's
too.
like, it's happening,
I know
guys.
what's happening too.
So I'll pick it up and I'm an eyeball. I'm like,
You think you should brand the eye too?
Here you go. You just eat the eyeball.
So as you pick it up, the eyeball shifts around, moves physically in your hand. The eye swirls around and looks directly at you.
bad.
You suddenly see a vision of this Kayleen and Aiden, you're assuming. They're talking about inscriptions found on the Cruel Gate. Kayleen suggests that the inscriptions must hold clues to unlocking it. She then wonders aloud about Bryn, saying that he has not left the laboratory in some time. After the vision concludes, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Am I within 10 feet of him?
No, you're
No, you're in the
library.
He's in the bed. We're in the library.
Got 18. God, no, I'm serious. I got a 17 plus a 1.
No, I see it. I see it.
You take
got it.
25 psychic damage.
Jesus.
Did he fail?
And suddenly you lose sight in your left eye.
Oh,
God, turn.
You only have
It's
one
not a
eye,
mind
too.
flare.
You
It's true.
you will
say
continue to
20?
have
20.
disadvantage
Huh?
on any perception checks that require sight.
24?
25.
25.
Don't cheat. You
Disadvantage.
take your damage.
You said two damage.
Yeah, 2 and a 5.
That's 7.
No, not plus 2 with a 5 next to it.
starting to catch on now.
2.5.
2.4.
We're starting to do half damage around here.
See the healer.
Did okay with that eyeball kind of?
You don't have any idea that any of that
No, we
happened.
don't have
No. I'm saying, did I feel the pull get closer to me, knowing
Nope.
that's
It's,
creature?
it's that creature.
It's
The,
still in
the
the balcony.
eyeball belongs to a different person.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Ran the eyeball.
You can't see out of your left eye at all.
left eye's.
It's there. It's not like it's
but was
gone.
there just pain with it, or it just?
Yeah, it's like it was like a sharp shooting pain
25
went through your
damage
eye.
worth of pain.
As you like had this vision, and then suddenly when you opened your eyes and you could regain your vision focus, you couldn't see out of your left eye.
It's like the
So I'm screaming out.
Oh yeah, definitely it hurt.
Yeah.
It didn't feel good.
I'll
I'll fall to my
storm.
knees like.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll storm. activating my Crimson Right with Flame,
Okay.
taking 1d10.
I'll run over there with him as well and see what's going on.
I think everybody's in the.
Yeah.
We're all going over to check on our acquaintance.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you go?
I'm making a bolt for the balcony. I mean,
So
I think I run
Oh.
in to check on him.
so you're
I-
going outside. We'll deal with you in
He's
a
the only
second.
one that knows they're on the balcony.
Yeah.
We don't really know that.
Are you going out on the balcony or back in the?
I would just be going to check on John. 'Cause
Yeah, I think
we don't. Know
I
about
think
the
if I
balcony
see him
thing.
break the other way though, because I somewhere in there I think I have alert, so it can't. So I would just, as a character, I think be watching for
yeah. I mean, I'm
movement.
bolting.
So I would break and see you go, and then move your direction.
Yeah, I would go for
Yeah,
that way.
Okay.
I'm the slowest.
So the
in
people that are
back. I
going
wouldn't have made it quick
into
out.
to Jean,
Yeah.
you guys see him. He's holding his left eye, and he's kind of mumbling like, "I can't see, I can't see, I can't see." That's all he keeps repeatedly saying.
Does he like covering his eyes?
Yeah, he's
I'm just like-
holding his hand over his one eye.
I'm gonna try and get him to move his hand away from his eye.
His eye looks fine. It looks normal. It doesn't
Yeah, I
look like
still
his
got
hand
the
normal.
eyeball in my
You
other
do.
hand.
Yep.
And I'm just like rub my eye, and I'll just open up the bag of holding and just throw it in there and cinch it shut.
You got it.
Oh, it looks fine.
It doesn't even look bloodshot. It doesn't look like anything's wrong with it at all.
Go like this.
As you run out the door, you notice that it's not really a balcony that you're walking out onto. It's more like a courtyard. It looks like a botanical garden almost. There's some plants and trees that look to be attempting to grow, but the ground that they're planted in seems unnatural. It's, as you're kind of walking through it, it almost feels like mud, but it's not. It's like black. And you see that the trees around it are kind of dying. From inside one of the trees, you see what looks like a giant split going up the middle of this tree, and you're sensing that the creature is inside the split. The tree looks dead. It looks sick. It looks like it's dying.
Okay. I will let out like a howl almost to kind of alert the group, similar to what we did in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm making a break straight for the tree to rip it apart.
So you hear him howling from the outside. And
I've followed.
okay, so it'll take you guys a couple seconds to get there. As you approach, you see what looks to be a human head slump out of the tree and kind of flop down. It looks lifeless, completely lifeless.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the creature that you assumed it was. Your branding gives you some sort of insight on what the creature was. But then you see multiple arms and pieces of flesh start pouring out of the tree, and basically it looks like this merged conglomerate of puddle of human come pouring out of the tree on the ground.
Puddle of you.
It's kind of like sort of
It's like the best thing.
It's like-
salt you could ever eat.
it's sludging its way across, but it doesn't seem threatening in any way. At least not anymore.
Okay.
The
But my-
head that's attached to it looks like it doesn't belong to it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Is this like a
Missing an
full
eye.
body? I mean,
It looks like several bodies all melded together into one
It's
body.
moving.
is it
It's
missing?
gross, isn't it?
Is it missing a left hand?
One of the pieces is missing a left hand.
I'll go for the piece that's missing a left.
As you're
hand.
going in, you look and see that there's a face attached to the one side, and one of its eyes is gone.
I'll go for that one and try to like kind of rip it out.
So as you're going for that one, the one head that seems to be in charge of the mass tries to bite at you with no teeth, and it moves towards you, and it looks like it's trying to speak at you like, "Help."
Who did this to you? Say it.
The Undying King, the Lord of the Wastes.
Big V.
Oh, you mean Big V?
I know about him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Vecna. And when you hear that name, you take 12 points of psychic damage.
All right.
I thought we went over this.
Then that,
I don't know.
Then the head kind of like flops off of the puddling mass and rolls at your feet, lifeless.
Have we arrived yet?
Did you right? Yeah, you guys have come in at just as this thing is like rolling towards him.
What the hell?
It wasn't me.
It's a puddle of flesh.
It said something about Vecna.
Just trying to give us all damage.
Take 17 more psychic damage as you say the name Vecna.
Okay.
Do we take damage?
He does.
I'm just trying to. I don't know what you guys know. I mean, I wasn't.
You
in
don't
there.
know what they know.
I wasn't in there. I mean, I'm just saying names, and it hurts.
We call him Big V.
Okay.
We gotta get better at sharing information. Everybody's being a little quiet.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
going
that's
to
true.
die when we do Ravnica.
I
This-
overtalk. I
this-
That's all right.
I
Talking's
just didn't
good.
want to run over everybody.
This
enough.
puddle said that Big V did this.
Thank you.
The destroyer of waste, but
It's what he prefers.
I've seemed to lost my brand. It was on this pile of flesh.
It's within here, or it's gone.
It's within
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's like my brand's inside of this pile of multi people. Or
I think we should set it on fire.
I mean, there's not really much it can do. I don't see the harm.
I mean, these creatures are suffering. Whatever this is.
What do we see? This is the only thing that's come out of the tree, the split.
Mhm.
I keep wanting to investigate. It's shit. So if somebody wants to, but
Go for it.
Make an
Uh,
investigation
I was
check.
gonna say go for it. I mean,
Yeah, mine's shit too.
16.
oh, I thought it was a 20. It
You
looked like a
notice
20 from here.
almost
Oh, actually,
in
mine's
a in between the material limbo and other planes of existence, you see the faint outline of what looks to be like a double door behind the tree. It would be
No more
you would not
confusion. I
it-
found a door behind
unless you
the
were
tree.
looking for it, you would definitely miss it.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to tell everybody.
Is that Vecna's master bedroom? Oh, darn.
Did you say Vecna again?
I didn't say Beetlejuice 3
It's like
times.
saying Macbeth.
Okay, so she points out the door.
And we have to like squeeze into the tree to get.
No,
to
it's
it?
like behind the tree. There's a bunch of space behind the tree.
Since I found the body, I'll keep going. You guys kind of follow up.
Okay.
I'll be captain for once.
So the door
I don't
looks
have that many calories left.
looks ethereal.
Okay.
Now you can see the outline of it. It looks like there are two handles, and there are some images on the door.
What are the images? Can I look at them?
The one is an eyeball, the other one is a hand, and the other one is a severed head.
I pick up the head that had rolled down to his feet.
Okay.
And I've got little Timmy's hand.
I say if we bring the body parts together, we open up the door.
Has anybody found an eye?
Yeah, he found an eye.
We don't know that.
He told us.
No, he showed
He
it. when
pointed
was
us that
showing
way,
his
like,
eye,
"Mm,
right?
Oh, I thought he
And
put it
then
in the
he
bag of
threw it in
holding.
the
earlier.
bag.
Yeah, it's in the
Are
bag of
you
holding.
willing? Oh well, I don't know about the eye. You guys know about the eye. I went towards balcony.
Yeah, we do know about that.
Do I want to roll see if this is a bad idea to put all three of these parts in this.
It's a bad idea. You don't need to make a roll.
So,
on
But
that.
it has to be
so
done.
we do it anyway.
All
That's
right.
what we're getting paid for.
So before we do this, I would like to cast Hero's Feast.
Okay. How long does this take?
1 hour.
Okay. Yeah, you have time.
How long has it been?
You guys are not sure. Time does not seem to
Yeah.
follow the same rules here.
Okay, I just wanted to see how much longer.
It could be 5 minutes. It could be you guys have been here for 5 years. You're not sure.
So while we're doing the Heroes Feast, is that enough time for a short rest?
You only need an hour.
Do,
You only need an hour for a short rest.
do we hear Masters of Puppet Metallica in the background?
Not yet.
That's next on the playlist.
Okay.
I hope so.
Yes.
So
So I'm just
short
gonna
rest.
sit down and just I'm gonna cast that a little feast, and
So
I
you
just
guys kind of take a minute to catch your breath, to
there it is.
compare notes as to what's been going on,
No.
and the feast is prepared. So you guys gain whatever benefits from the feast.
The feast takes 1 hour to consume and disappears at the end of that time. The beneficial effects don't set in until this hour is over. Up to 12 creatures can partake of the feast. The creature that partakes gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all diseases and poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Its hit points maximum also increased by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points.
So you're out of wolf form.
These benefits last for 24 hours.
Ooh, additional 13.
I get. What was that?
All right, so you get 2d10 extra life. You're cured of all your poison.
Does that cure his blindness?
Yes.
Nice.
You can see.
2d10 extra health.
Does he just roll the 2d10, or do we all roll separate for the temporary hit points?
He should. I think he rolls them just once. I think.
Yeah.
So wisdom
And then everyone
Yeah,
just
so
gets
you
that.
have advantage on wisdom.
advantage. Yes.
Immune to poison.
Immune to poison and being frightened, and 2d10 on the hit points.
Do you want to roll that for us?
Yeah.
Immune to poison.
Oh, all I got is 100-sided dice.
What are we gonna do?
Just take 80.
I'm gonna
I
throw
guess.
this dice at you.
Oh, that's a 10.
That's
Is
a,
that?
That's a 1.
That's a,
Yeah, I was gonna say
Shit.
we just
Does
talked
10 look like a 10?
it's a
Three.
2. We got 3 additional HP.
Hey, I love it. Temp HP.
Jeez.
Yeah. See what happens when I roll the d10? 7, 8.
So it would be 70 and 80.
Exactly. We have like 300 extra. Wow, we're about it, man.
Never gonna die.
Never gonna let you
Immune.
go. Never gonna give you up.
Musical interlude.
Totally getting banned on Twitch for music now. We're done for.
No, that was really
not
off.
copyrighted.
That
You
was
said
too
we're
off
doing a
cue.
short
We
rest.
ain't going
It was
Nah,
the
we're
it,
good.
it was the cover version.
It was the cover version of the song. It's like the karaoke version, which is almost.
So what do we
as good.
think? I mean, how we liking this?
Not much, but
I have a bad feeling about
So we should the whole fight. Every time you hit, you have to say Vecna.
Take this back now.
and another one.
Where do you do this?
Every time he hits, he's like, "Say my name, bitch."
He was like,
Oh shit!
He just uses command the whole time and just forces you to say it.
What's my name?
It's
You have to-
automatically 25 points a shot.
You only a crown of madness.
There we go.
Gosh,
Um,
that's what I'm gonna make.
who
I'm
was
gonna
the person that investigated the journal?
journal was me.
It was him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which journal? The one in the room with the shiny shoes.
Oh, that was not me.
That was
That was
me.
That was
Yeah.
you.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Before I had advantage, though. Or was
Yes.
that now? Okay.
Is it against magic?
Yes.
He was
you have
near me.
advantage.
But
Yeah.
the DC, I'll just let you know, is really, really high.
Well, you get +5 and you have advantage from my auras.
And
Nat 20,
I
nat
also
20,
have
nat 20, nat
proficiency
20.
in wisdom saving.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Ooh,
Okay, that's not good.
whammy.
Whammy!
Ooh, that is good.
Better.
So, 17 plus 7 plus
Plus
5.
5. So that would be
From
23.
Hydro
That would be
Red.
30.
Plus 7 plus 5. 29. Watch it be 30.
17.
Isn't it awesome to be level 20? Look at all this
Wait,
hit
hang on.
dice.
17, 18, 19,
I feel like I should just do 2 more since I don't know if we're gonna get a short
I
rest
put it in a
again.
29,
calculator.
29.
I can promise you, based on time, this is it's game time. Based on him letting us short rest, feast,
Because my first roll was like
play
6.
little dragon
This
chess.
was me getting a 17 too.
All right, I'm back to normal.
If I don't roll,
Okay, you're good.
for now.
It was a 22. I thought it was higher than that.
Oh, okay. Well,
He's
what
like
happened?
he scratches it out.
I'll tell
27.
you later.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. So short rested.
My hand would have disappeared.
You become Vecna. Yay! They all had to kill you.
Yay, I win! I win at life!
Okay.
Or
So,
unlife.
feeling rested, catching your breath,
Okay.
and assuming that you have figured out the puzzle of opening the door. What do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
We all
I
have-
think.
I'll get the eyeball.
I didn't
out.
make it real hard, guys.
We have 3 temporary
No,
hit
no, that's
points
what we
too.
wanted.
All right. So I think the
Stick the
hand.
eyeball in the hand one.
Yeah, I was gonna
Exactly.
say it's
Three
it's
temporary
opposite.
This is a red herring.
Oh, it's
Try
on
to
top of
break
what we
down.
got?
It's a trick. See, you have to actually
I'm
use
gonna
your own
destroy the
hand and
eyeball.
your own eye, and
186.
someone has to give up their head.
I'm just gonna.
All right. So yeah, no. I mean, I think we just put the pieces in, and I'll open up the door.
So there's not really places to like physically put them.
I'm gonna hold him up to the door.
Like I said, the door is sort of ethereal. You can see through it. Although it doesn't look like there's anything on the other side.
Okay. I mean, I think we
So
should.
as you approach with the 3 items, the door seems to solidify.
Okay. Ooh.
Where it actually is no longer a door, it looks like a gate, a black gate.
I've heard this somewhere.
This is what Aiden saw.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Are you trying to open the gate?
Yeah, sure.
It is not locked.
I will
Come on in.
push
Can I
it.
open it with the hand so we don't take more necrotic damage?
Sure.
I push it open with the hand.
You push it open with the hand, and it
That
opens
was
up.
That was my job.
I'll close it back with the hand.
Hey, Big V, you in here?
So as you
Daddy
walk
B,
into
are you home?
this room, gravity seems to right itself in this particular spot. The air feels different here. It feels more like the air you're used to breathing. Wow, that's kind of cool. So you enter into a chamber. The chamber is 80 feet long and 30 feet wide. The ceilings here are 60 feet high. You look along the walls, and the walls are made of a mixture of stone and flesh.
Yummy.
The flesh itself looks rotted and decayed and kind of squirms a little bit inside the rock. You would recognize these as zombies.
The walls are zombies.
That's cool. None of you guys are celestials, right?
I'm a sea elf.
Okay, just checking, because you can't enter here.
Oh. Well, I was almost the angel thing.
This place does not look warped or twisted by the effects of limbo. The black gate opens and into a desecrated temple. Ash blankets the floor and broken pews lie strewn about. Along the cracked stone walls of the temple, you see the tormented dead as they cry out to you and reach out to you. On the far side of the temple, standing at the top of a set of stairs, is a corpse decorated in tattered robes and an ornate bone gold breastplate. Inside his chest is a gold and red book. He is missing his left eye and his left hand. He is Vecna. You recognize him immediately, even though you've never met him before. With a cruel glance at you, Vecna says in a raspy voice that nonetheless carries across the room, "I would congratulate you on your perseverance, but you won't be alive long enough to appreciate it."
Banishment.
From behind you, the gate slams shut. Green necrotic flames come from the other side, igniting the entire botanical garden.
We were just supposed to go to the tower.
Yeah.
Is this it?
Do you know how to get back?
I'm looking for the. You know where the gym is?
A little late for that one
Okay with the
now,
gym
boys.
thing.
Pull out the shield. Got my
I need
spear.
everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh shit!
Oh, sure you do. Okay.
All I gotta say is I better get that some man. Oh, all right. Can I?
Level 20 is
The
not.
math is hard.
Do I get an advantage on my initiative?
I do.
He does.
Because
I do.
a 6 is not gonna cut it.
6+.
Oh no, 6. That's it. It's a
just,
5 plus
just
1.
6. I don't know. That's not so good, my
Like
friend.
gold, like smush.
All right.
I don't even do that much damage.
It's not good for a level 20 character.
Yeah, I do like 2 damage.
Okay.
I don't have anything
I'm
cool.
not even
30
worth
to
hitting.
25.
I
25.
like how you bumped that.
I
You got
got
25?
26.
Nice.
All right.
You guys are welcome.
I wonder if you guys can guess what I'm gonna try to do.
Go ahead and place your guys within the. Well,
Sweet.
where do you guys want yourselves within the sanctum?
I'm leading the charge.
He
I mean,
was first. I'll probably 2 captains.
not so wolf boy anymore.
Probably 2 captains after them,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we'll bring in.
and then
I'll stay with our cleric.
yeah. That works.
I am Falcor.
I look at you and I point to my eye too, and I'm like, hurt, right? because I got the same Vecna eye moment.
Oh, Vecna, right. Roll.
25 more.
We just got healed.
Stop saying his name.
Damn it. Somebody hit die.
Is it actually Vecna?
No.
Dude, I was about to be like, I don't know how you got that, but that's pretty cool.
No, it's just that necromancer I painted. It's the closest thing I have.
Yeah, no, I was there when he painted
You should have got that
Did you say
Funko
there were
Pop you
zombies
got.
there,
Put
too?
that on
Yeah,
there.
it's
Well,
also him.
it's just tormented souls.
I'm just-
don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He's not going to use those during the fight at all.
20 to 15.
Shit, what did I roll?
No one?
Did you say 25 to 20 already?
I did.
23.
23.
Damn you.
Okay. 15 to 20 or 15 to 10. Sorry.
I got 11.
Oh, that is interesting.
Okay.
I did make sure it was between that range.
And then 10 to 5.
6.
Solid 6. All right.
And Vecna last.
Yeah, Vecna got last. He got
I
a one.
haven't rolled my initiative yet.
He probably doesn't add
It's
anything to it.
pretty good.
Probably not.
What, like a 13?
42 to
Nah,
35.
It's like an 18. It's like an 18.
That's pretty good. In the middle of the pack, you know.
42 to 45.
Okay.
Okay, my first action is going to the door and go, I didn't sign up for this.
I wanna
Explicitly
go
signed up for
home.
this.
Okay.
I was just kidding about the one shot.
You're up.
Okay,
I'm gonna get some appropriate combat music while you're telling me what
you're
you want
fine. So, Belva has been championing and fighting, and she's resigning herself to, like, everybody gets a big bad. I think this might be mine. So, I'm gonna run. I don't have a whole lot of movement. I'm just gonna try to. Man, I don't know that I can actually do anything. I'm just gonna move forward.
Is this?
And I'm gonna
Dark Souls?
hold my action.
Played that game way too
I'm gonna
much.
hold my action until I can actually reach him. Yeah, I guess I'll just stay and hold my action until one of my party members gets attacked. I guess.
Okay.
I mean, he is a
Bruh.
master.
Okay. You're
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't want to run. I can like move apart, but I can't get to him. I have
Yeah.
25.
Are you gonna
feet of
do something
walking
cool?
Speed.
Oh, this chamber itself. Hold on. I forgot to describe that to you.
This is worse than a mind.
You just got a
flare.
little bit. Like, has
I
pews
could be
and
at work
stuff.
at 11.
So the actual
I reckon
chamber
I'll be a little
itself.
late. So,
Then
how
it
far
comes
is
back
the
from
drive?
vacation, shows up late
It's
too.
not off Parsons Avenue. It shouldn't be too far. It's probably gonna be about 15 minutes.
The page has got it
I
all
just
order.
put myself.
So you gotta
directly
leave
in
it
the-
like quarter till.
Two.
I mean, he's a caster. It's probably
Over
better if we all
half hour.
stay spread
That's
apart.
I mean,
That's
anyways,
right.
tomorrow too, so I'm not trying to play until like 1.
Yeah.
7.
Oh, we're gonna die fast. It's gonna happen.
Chances are he has fireball.
Yeah,
I
I know.
mean,
Well,
very
it's
high
like
level.
25
a
just for
one.
saying his name. I mean, come on.
Okay, no, we're good. I thought there was something special about the ground. There's not.
That's gonna do it.
Cool. So I'm just
It's gonna win it for us.
I'm just using my movement
That's nice.
to.
You can use your action to dash.
Yeah, you can do that too.
I don't know if I can
That's,
even get to him.
that's smart.
I was here. 5, 10, 15, 20.
25, 30.
I just did there. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40.
45, 50. What is spear? Is 5 feet? 10
I'm
feet.
still too far away.
Was a spear 10 feet or 5 feet?
5.
Oh.
I think. Hang on.
I thought it had
Let me just
reach.
yell in there.
I think it does have reach.
20 feet.
Ooh, so you can hit
So
him
I'm
from there.
fine. Yeah. Okay.
Or
oh no, I
actually,
can't because I need
you-
my whole.
You don't have bonus action. You can't use your dash on a bonus action, can you? As a fighter?
Can use that in action though.
Like I know I can because I have cunning action, but
No, I don't. If I came up, I could use all my movement to get close, but I couldn't do anything once I got
yeah.
there.
Did your female dwarf shave her beard?
We don't want to.
She's got the cool hair though. I mean,
Never. She would never. It is.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna hold my action, and attack if he gets in range.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Who's up next?
Unless Vecna's next, it's me. Okay, so let's see. I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 50, 60. Okay, so I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15.
And he's going right for it, huh?
I was gonna say this is like Clay.
I read this story once.
I was
I'm
gonna
not-
say Clay. If
I'm
if
not
you're
getting any
watching
closer than that. Are you kidding me? I'm just trying to get in freaking
this.
attack
Oh,
range.
don't count to 60 if you're.
Okay.
That's 60 is my range for
So
attacks.
that's your action? Your
That
movement
is
up?
my movement. That's not my action. I'm going to shoot at him. I'm going
What's your
to
range?
60.
Okay.
I'm double checking. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so my action is going to be the brazier of dagger throwing, which will be 2 daggers.
You got it.
So first one is a 27 to hit, and then the next one is a 25.
The 27 will hit and the 25 hit.
Okay. So 1, 4, 10, and then another 8 magical piercing
Total?
total.
8 total?
Yes.
Okay.
No, wait. Hold on. 10 and then 8.
So 18.
18, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and then my bonus action, I will do steady aim, which on my next range attack, I have advantage.
Okay. You got it.
And that's my turn.
So you see him launch a couple of volleys of magical daggers from his bracers. He connects with both of them. Vecna laughs at you.
Yep.
I'm allowed to say his name.
Well, that's,
No, you gotta take 25.
Okay.
you gotta take.
Next up
Vecna
is
says his name. He has to take 25 now.
Monsieur Alfredo, Monsieur Captain Alfredo.
He only talks
So
in
to
third
take
person.
potions would be a bonus action.
Potions that heal are a bonus action.
What about potions that don't heal?
Action.
Okay. So I will pop the
Unless,
potion.
okay, but you know that to drink a potion to heal you, you can full action, full health,
Right.
bonus action, roll for dice.
Right. I don't need healing though, so I'm going to pop the potion of speed,
Okay.
giving me the haste spell.
So you are hastened.
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 Hastened. So then my movement goes up to 60.
That'll get you there.
That'll get me there. And my AC goes up to 23.
Oh wow.
What up, 21? So
Can someone drop that on him, please?
and you can you
He's the
mapped
guy
it
with the
out.
flaming sword.
Shout out these tokens.
And then I'm gonna move. How far is Vecna? 60.
60 from
Yep.
you.
Yep.
You want me right in front of him or just side here? I'll put you side.
Side's fine.
Shaky hands.
And then I will use the next action that I get from the haste spell to swing the rapier at him.
Good.
I can't wait to stab you guys in the back. I am actually.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, that's super cocked. Yep.
Ooh. Plus 14. Oh my god. Does 31 hit?
Gosh, I hope so.
Yes, we were all hoping. We're like this.
And he is undead.
Is that you standing?
He is considered undead.
Yes.
Is the captain standing by him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Captain's right next to him.
I like to watch people bleed.
I'm also gonna put a burn a first level spell slot for divine smite.
Ooh. Where's our sound effect guy?
Right here. I'm a sound guy.
Wow. Oh my god.
Ooh.
If I ever see you roll that many dice again, I'm quitting.
Rage quit.
It's not actually that good.
It's
It
not
looks
that good.
great from this angle, like the dice sounded amazing, but the number is not going to be amazing. A lot of ones.
Yeah, a lot of ones. Oh, that was good. So that's
I did 2 damage.
2.5.
I rolled 14 dice and I did 2 damage.
53 damage.
53.
Okay.
Do you need to break down a radiant?
Nope.
Okay, good.
All your attacks are magical.
Yep. So
Same here.
53.
Unless you are hitting him with cold, lightning, or necrotic. I don't care about what you're hitting him with.
Nope.
Okay.
It's radiant.
I switched to flame.
And then I get my. Do I
Crimson
get my
Ring is
second
activated.
attack with the hasted action? Because I do 2 attacks per action.
Yes, because you use your first action to haste potion, which gives you an additional action. So yeah, you get a second attack. So you said it's 54 on the first hit.
54.
This guy has way too many hit points, so we're gonna do some
Oh,
math.
nice. That's what we want to hear.
We got a
I thought it
bedtime.
was
It's
somewhere
not a
around
it's not a level
75.
21 shot for nothing.
Second swing is going to be 19 to hit.
That hits.
Oh my god.
It's just
So
what I
you
needed
said
to hear in my
19?
ear. It was good
19.
to hear it once, but hearing it twice just sounded so much better. Okay, that's a little bit better. You're rolling a little bit better out here.
That's 12, 16, 20, 30 points of damage.
You got it.
Nice,
Take a
nice.
shit.
And then,
How would you like to do that? No, wait, never mind. We don't say that here. We don't say that here.
That's not our thing.
I'm sorry.
we
I'm
don't
sorry.
say that here.
and then that's going to end my turn.
Okay. So you see the captain charge up after he popped his potion, runs, makes 2 big strikes with the Holy Avenger. They're actually more like big stabbies than not big strikes. You connect. Damn it. Vecna doesn't seem to care.
Does it seem like he takes the damage?
You can't tell.
Can I use a free bonus action to
Nope.
perceive that?
No more actions for you this
Damn.
turn, Miss Your Captain. My turn.
Mr. V.
Everybody just cringed when he's like, my turn.
I know.
What are you talking about? I'm all the way over
I've
here.
also
This is a layer too, isn't
having
it?
to be within ranges.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna have layer actions.
He
isn't
does have layer actions,
No,
but we're not at that
probably
yet.
not. He hasn't needed to use anything like that yet.
It hurts.
Oh yeah, this hits everybody in the room. Cool.
Just see her sobbing.
I see snowflakes.
See fireball.
You see
tell me it's a
Vecna
poison
conjure a torrent of flying spectral entities that fill the entire room. Looks like it starts out in a cone, but it flushes out and fills all the area in between. I need every person in the room that's not Vecna to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sounds about right. Everyone that's not Vecna.
And you moved away from us.
Yeah,
so
he
we got
moved
your
away from
plus.
us.
Oh, yeah, you don't have my blessing.
That's a fail.
Yeah, it's
Kill
one.
it.
24.
24.
That's a save.
What kind of save was this?
Constitution.
I don't want to say mine.
Con save.
26.
Say mine.
That's a save.
I'm gonna use
I already moved
Indomitable and reroll.
Okay.
I was a 9. Let's do better. That's
One
an 8.
worse.
So that would be a 11.
That's a fail.
Weird.
I'm assuming, and I'm just gonna take this out. A 1 passes.
Fail.
Okay.
The one
wait, was it
pass.
Thanks for asking.
It was
though.
natural.
Thanks for asking.
So as the spirits of the damned flood out, they strike and lash out at you. You feel necrotic cold energy wash over you. I need everyone.
Got the necrotic ring protection.
Is anybody
I
within
do?
Oh,
5
he
feet?
does. Yeah, he does.
Remember he said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got that.
So whatever it is, you have it again.
I thought, no, that's a potion of
You know,
resistance,
I'm
wasn't
certain
it?
It is a potion of necrotic resistance.
Oh, I thought it was a
No.
ring protection.
No.
I'm
You might wanna
starting
drink
to
that.
feel that whole
Weird.
like Vecna name is kind of like what they did to Farva. They're like,
Okay,
"What's
I
that-
need
what's all that
everyone
shit
who
on the wall?"
failed
Shenanigans.
to take 38 necrotic damage.
Well, no, thank you.
38.
38
38.
necrotic damage.
Okay.
Can I use uncanny dodge on that?
And
No.
those who failed
think
are
so.
frightened of Vecna for 1 minute.
Immune to frighten.
I think aren't we
From that
immune for
feast.
being
We're
frightened?
all immune to fright.
Okay.
Got him.
For those that succeeded,
Swing, swing.
you only take 19 damage necrotic,
Oh, nice. 19.
and you're not frightened.
Well, either. Sorry.
Okay.
How long does that? That
24
last-
hours.
Okay. we're
Then-
fine then. Oh, that's pretty useful.
He's going to make 2 dagger attacks at the captain.
How many did you say I took?
You took 19 if you passed,
Necrotic.
Well, does he want to do that?
and then you'll have that resistance as well.
Yeah, you want to drink that resistance. He didn't drink the potion yet.
Nah, he doesn't want to do
He has
that.
the rank.
No, it's a potion.
Oh, yeah, he definitely wants to do that. Absolutely wants to do that.
No, he doesn't.
He's going to take 2 attacks at the captain.
So bonus action, I can drink the resistant potion, right?
Well,
Yeah.
he told me for a non-potion.
Yeah,
healing, it
for
had to
an-
be an action.
So
I mean, you can ask, but
that is a 27
for
to hit on the
most.
first one.
Barely.
And the second one is a 22.
Miss.
The 22 misses? Okay. On the 27, you're going to
nice
take...
haste boost. Got you that extra AC.
You take 5 piercing damage plus 16 necrotic damage.
I will uncanny dodge to half it. So
Okay.
it's a total of 19.
Let's see. Yeah, so you take half.
So 9.
You take half of the piercing damage.
Oh, it's not the whole thing?
Nope.
That's ass. Well, I'm going to save my reaction then and just take...
Okay,
full
you are
19.
now afflicted with entropic magic. You're going to take an additional 9 necrotic damage at the start of each of your turns.
Good.
Good.
Immediately after you take this damage, you can make a Constitution saving throw to end this. On a success, it'll end. Until it succeeds, you can't regain hit points.
All right. And since the damage was just done to me, do I make a con save now?
It's at the start of each of your turns.
Okay.
So
you
at the
take
start
the
of each of your
damage and
turns, you
then
take
roll.
damage and then you make a save.
Okay. Cool.
Okay?
Con save.
So that is his. That's all of his action. Now he's going to take a bonus action. He is going to disappear in a puff of black smoke. Let's see, where does he want to go? He's going to move here, and then he's going to take his movement to there. He's done.
Running away, are we?
This is a stretch. When he showed up there, would he have been within my 20 feet of my spear?
from his original movement, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Is that here?
No, it's one back.
So no.
No.
Nope.
And then he would have come up here, so no, he would have avoided you.
Good. I did a great job with that first turn. Thank God I went first in initiative. You're welcome, guys.
Hey, we appreciate it.
Here. How far is the reach
20.
of the spear?
20.
10. Yeah, you can hit with spear.
Okay.
However, you're within 5, 10. You're also within 15. So when he appears, you take 10 psychic damage
Okay.
from the shock, but then you also
Can I get to take my attacks?
Yep.
All right, cool. So, ow, first of all. So let me do that. 10 psychic damage. Ouchie. Not very nice, Mr. Big B. Daddy V.
Daddy,
Daddy V, you're not being very nice to me, and
He's
that's
Daddy
okay.
V now.
Papa V.
Now that he's starting to hurt you.
I was gonna say.
Don't tell me things about my life.
Oh, brother.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Just got a little rated R.
So I'm gonna try to hit this mofo with the spear.
That's not gonna do
That
it.
one probably won't.
Nope. Well, I don't know. Do you have a plus 14 to hit?
I can't imagine. That seems like a lot.
I mean, I have one.
Plus 13.
Close.
But no.
17
plus-
won't get you
I
there.
have
All right.
plus 13 to hit too. But
So first, all right. Daddy V shows up, so I'm excited. I got after the first one didn't work. That's a crit.
That's a crit.
That is a crit.
Okay.
Not the worst thing.
I
So
was
what
gonna say-
happens on crits
yeah,
here?
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, this is first time.
So it's you rolled whatever your damage dice is. You rolled twice that many dice. Then you add your modifier, but you only add the modifier once.
Yeah.
Okay. So double the dice
Yep.
Only one modifier though.
with the one modifier.
Yep.
Okay.
Because
cool.
rolling dice is fun.
I do think that is true. So that is, hang on. You're right. So that is 8 plus 9 17
Okay.
for the first one.
These dice rolls were by D&D Beyond.
Here's my third one. Not gonna. Oh wait, 5 plus 13 is an 18.
That'll hit.
Lucky. Okay.
Swing and a miss.
For 10 points.
Hey, it's another 10 points. Every little bit helps.
And then the last one. That was a.
That's gonna hit.
That one rolled.
Yeah, that
From
definitely.
here-
That's a 30.
That'll hit. Yeah.
From here, it looks like a 20 every time. Like, I'm not
It
gonna
Every
lie.
time
it's
it
the
does.
angle. Like,
I'm like, man,
Nailing it.
she
Knocking
just
it out
won't
of the
stop
park.
rolling 20s.
All
It's a
right.
good dice.
We're going to Vegas. Let's go.
Hey, okay, so, and on the last one, it's 11 points.
Another 11. All right. I mean, yeah. I don't know what else you want from one turn. That's pretty good amount of damage. All right. So you see Vecna disappear in black mist, reappears within range. She goes, ow, my brain, and then goes, stab, stab, stab.
And one of them is really good.
yeah.
30 and moves here. I'm sorry, yes, 25 feet. 25 feet?
Okay.
30 feet. I lied. He's here.
I lied. He's here.
Oh, I got so lucky. I was going to go
All
a
right,
whole turn and just
so-
waste it.
You're up.
Do you want real dice?
All
I
right.
have more.
Come on,
You
John.
know I've got more.
Come on, John.
Oh, we know
We
you
know
got
you're
more.
So-
disadvantage.
You'd have to get that.
Johnny
right.
with
Don't worry
that,
about it.
always
I'm
the
fine.
smile on his
Do you want some
face,
dice?
now turned serious, seeing Vecna.
Yeah.
So with the staff and mace in each hand,
Love it.
reaches up and rips the sleeves off of both of his, showing all his, the holy symbols that he's had tattooed over
Tats.
the years on his
The
body.
holy tats.
Love it.
And then he cast,
Comes out looking like Danny Trejo.
takes the mace and the staff, slam them together, and casts Death Ward on himself.
What level is that spell?
That's 1 or 2, right?
I just had it
Or I should say, what level are you casting the spell at?
I think I only got it at 4th level.
Oh, I lied so hard.
Somebody's gonna use their reaction as a
So-
counter spell.
He probably doesn't have.
Yes, it is a 4th level.
So you're casting it at 4th level?
Yes.
Vecna utters a dread word of Molaka.
Doesn't that hurt him too?
How do you
Nope.
spell that?
Oh.
He interrupts you casting the spell. If the spell is 4th level or lower, it fails and has no effect.
I cast it at 5th, I swear.
Did I say 4? I mean,
I don't have it's only at 4th level.
so you
There-
can always cast above. You can't cast under.
So since the spell failed,
I don't think he gave me that option.
It's just one of those things.
that's his thing. This is like the world's greatest magician. It's like going in and fighting Dumbledore and Voldemort in the same person.
Who's that?
Exactly.
Take 50 points of psychic.
And Gandalf's in there too. He's like
all
all
right,
in there.
all right. I can see doing
You're
that.
gonna take 10 psychic damage on the spell failing.
I feel like you
I
get.
was looking at the other levels. It didn't.
Every-
Usually they have them like layered in
They
there.
popped up. Sometimes if you don't click it on D&D Beyond, it won't show you.
Oh.
You can
Those
cast it at
spells
any
higher.
other spell as long as you have a spell slot for it.
You know, I didn't
Okay.
learn that until like last week.
So if you cast it higher, will it cast it?
That's
I'm
why
not-
you suck at wizards.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like
Sometimes
I
it'll
had
give
no
you
idea.
benefits for casting it higher. Sometimes. it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't. Other than
Usually it's just
it takes
like an
more to
extra
counter spell.
dice, or yeah,
All right.
or it has a better chance of hitting.
Well, I
Um,
mean,
But no, it just makes it harder to counter spell basically.
Just be glad that most of your team hits with weapons and doesn't cast spells.
okay, who's next?
hold on.
He still has movement,
I say you move. Really
And a bonus.
quick.
and he has a
action.
bonus action if he wants it.
That's what I'm looking.
I was gonna say it's like a long scrolling page.
BA.
with
Hard to
spells.
remember
And
everything that.
Well, I already cast a spell, so I
it's
can't.
easier just to do go to bonus actions. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I don't. I've already cast a spell, so I can't do a spell slot. I'm gonna move back into the corner.
This one.
Yeah,
Okay. Got it.
You got it.
20. Yeah, 20 feet.
I got 30 foot.
I know.
Next up is Wolfman Jack.
Yeah. So Wolfman Jack is.
That would have been a way better name.
That would have.
By the way,
No, it's Billy.
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 Billy. Now I get confused.
It's Wolfman Jack when I'm in wolf form, but
Got
I'm
it.
not in wolf form.
You're not. You're just an orc.
So I will. Okay, so we'll make our way up to Big Bad Daddy V. I guess we're calling him now. I don't know
Yes,
if I
you
take. Do I take psychic damage now because that, like, is it doubled since I call him daddy? So
No,
uh,
that's
He
not
likes it.
that's not the forbidden word.
all right. Yeah. So I will.
So you are moving.
Yeah. I already imbued my crimson right on my whatchamacallit, my hammer of thunderbolts.
Got it.
I'll take a swing. With it. 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
2d6 plus 11.
He's like Werewolf Thor.
5, 8 plus 11, 19 on the first swing. Magical.
19 on the first swing. You
Oh
got
wait,
it.
and plus a d10.
Plus a D10.
3 additional, so 22 total. All
Another-
magical.
So it's 19 on the first swing and then an additional 3, correct?
It's 3 fire damage. Yeah.
3 fire damage. You got it.
Next swing. Are you? Okay, that's a 1, so fail. Yeah. So. Oh, it's 15.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That ain't it.
That's kind of what I
I
figured.
mean, you're close. Not really, but you're close.
But not really.
I just want to make sure I can't do anything else. Bone. Yeah, I will. Okay, I will do a bonus action, Blood Curse of the Muddled Mind,
Okay.
and that will, as a bonus action, you curse a creature you see within 30 feet of you that is concentrating on a spell or a feature that. He's not even doing anything like that. Never mind. I apologize. I am done.
Okay.
Actually, never mind.
I was trying to read it really fast, and that was a bad idea.
What we learn about reading fast.
What we learn about reading.
So as you hit him with the attack,
Yeah.
he's going to use another reaction. He utters something in a language that almost sounds like in between a whisper and a shadow, and it explodes in your ear. You take 10 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, and I get to teleport up to 30 feet.
No reactions for that?
Nope.
Okay, that's what I figured. I mean, level 20, I figured you don't get a lot of reaction swings.
Okay, top of the round.
Hey, that's me.
Unless something happens.
Okay, no, you're good. So, you're up.
Vecna's holding back right now.
There's like a lot of stuff that goes on in this, so
Oh, I'm sure.
forgive me.
No, you're fine. Belva is just gonna go after him. So I'm gonna move within. Oh, I still
He's
got
gonna
20
keep
feet, right?
teleporting.
Yeah, but I gotta get within 20 feet, or I can't do nothing. So I'm moving and I'm attacking. I think Belva is aiming for, like, she knows that he can probably doesn't need components and
Yeah.
stuff to cast spells, but she's still going for, like, the spot where the hand is missing. I'm gonna try to, like, take that arm.
Okay,
this
yeah,
time.
you're gonna swing on that arm. You got it. Well, stab at that arm.
Yeah.
That's
19.
19 will hit.
Okay.
Do you crit on 19s, being
I don't
that kind of fighter?
think so. I don't think that's in champion. If
My
someone else-
gunslinger did for pistols or for like.
Do the features and traits?
Yeah, that's where I was. Oh, where was that shit?
But would it have to be a natural 19 or?
Oh, 19 or 20. Oh,
It'd have to be a natural.
Oh, natural.
you're right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
but
a good
that's good to know. You're right. Okay, so I missed 9
No, you-
plus 13.
19.
No, you
hits.
hit.
Oh, a 19.
Yeah, 19
Yeah,
hits.
you hit.
Yep.
What was I doing then? Oh, I was trying to figure out if it was
Yeah.
a crit. Gotcha. Sorry, guys. All right. Okay. Sorry, I'll do this fast. Okay, so that's 11 Uh, 19 again. So 10 plus 9 plus 13,
22.
22.
I thought you had 19 again.
I know, right?
19.
She's cheating you.
10 again. And
23.
23. And that is 13.
Okay.
And I probably use 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'm where I've used all my movement. And when no, that I'm done.
Okay, I did the brief math in my head. And I think I got that right. So, okay. You're doing better than I thought. You guys hit hard.
The words you want to hear the DM say.
You're up.
Oh, right.
Oh, I was gonna say you were looking.
I
it looked
honestly,
like you
at
were-
this rate, I don't think it's gonna last too many more rounds. You guys hit hard.
I did what, 100 points in my first
Yeah,
try?
that you do good.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
move.
you're okay. You're okay.
Later, brother.
Take it easy,
You
man.
safe? Yeah.
Oh, good luck. Yeah.
Oh my God. Vecna took control of him and killed him.
No,
GG.
This was impromptu anyway. So.
Yeah, no. I mean, we started 45 minutes later than
Yeah.
we were going to.
Well, we started at
I'm just glad we got.
we started at like 8 o'clock.
I'm glad we honestly haven't had too many defects. I mean,
Not too many technical things. No.
Or whatever.
I think I'm
it's-
probably leaning and cutting off the table half the time though. I've been thinking
It's
about
only
it.
on the phones.
Tell you what.
It's only on the phone, and it's very faint. Like,
That's weird.
Oh,
said it
right.
would be max volume PC. No, we're good.
Hmm.
All right.
All right.
We'll wrap
so
this up. So.
action. I'm going to again dagger attack from a distance.
Okay.
You're playing like
Wait, you Scared?
Yeah, a little bit.
You are right to be so.
You are right to be so.
23.
I usually run up right in. This is just the first time I've had a character that should be doing this.
23 is 16 doesn't hit, right?
16 does not hit.
Okay, so 23. So D4. These are his dice, I think. Oh,
That's
well.
fine. I was gonna say just leave him here.
So 8 piercing magical.
From what? The 16 didn't hit.
The other one
So
was
he had a 23.
Got it.
23.
So
I
8,
did
8
two
piercing,
attacks. 8
magical.
piercing magic, yes. And then I will do again pistol shot.
Okay.
Do it again.
30.
Yeah, you hit.
Let me look at that dice a little longer. I'm just gonna roll one here.
It's okay. I rolled the same thing 3 times and had to do the math all 3 times. So
And then another
Must be
9
nice to hit
piercing
5
damage.
times.
that's super nice. Actually,
Darn, I got
forgot to,
8
You got it.
19s in a row.
So you
Can't
see
do
it. You see him launch a couple daggers. They hit. They
Can't do
strike.
my sneak attacks. Nobody's staying next to him.
I tried to. He teleported away from me.
He's a wizard.
I know.
You're a wizard.
He's a really good
He's
wizard.
a very good wizard. All right.
All right.
That's it for
So
me.
God.
wow, one more player gets to go before I do layer stuff. So go.
Me?
Yeah.
Kill him first.
How much damage do I take to start of my turn?
9.
It was 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
9. Do
You
your
gotta be hurt.
Constitution save.
You got to be down to your last 300.
Yeah, at
And
least.
then I make a con save.
Con save.
Okay, I believe I get advantage on those. Because this is magical.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's a curse. So yeah, magical.
So that would be an 8 plus 17.
Fail.
The curse continues.
Balls.
Find out
Okay.
next week if he cures it.
So with my 60 feet of movement, I'm going to beeline towards him again. Get
Okay.
right up in his man business.
Ooh, not
It's
his-
nice having other people help me move the things around.
Where do you think you're going, Lottie? And rapier right to the chest again.
Okay.
I thought you were Jamaican. You got an Irish pirate.
That's 29 to hit.
That'll hit.
Right. 2d8s, 2d10s, 5d6s.
While he rolls 40 dice. Make your dice rolls faster with D&D Beyond. They roll for you. And add.
And do the addition.
We're not sponsored by them.
Do what you want.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's all part of the plan, you know? You gotta build up the
Is it too late to add Divine Smite to my attack? It's too late. Damn.
Just a little bit.
39 damage.
39. Gosh, I guess I'll only have to hit for almost 40 this round.
Poor guy.
Oh, you get a hit again?
Yep. I get to hit 2 more times.
Oh.
Response? Reaction?
Nah.
That's goofy.
I refuse. No, this is now in magic terms. You are
Take
responsible.
10 necrotic damage
Okay.
and Vecna teleports.
What a bitch.
I'm gonna
He can teleport 30 feet.
take my reaction.
You can't.
Yep.
No.
He gets one reaction around.
I'm gonna take my reaction to Skirmisher. It lets me move half my speed without invoking opportunity attack.
Okay, you might want to get away.
I am going to get away as
Because
far
I
as
kind of
possible.
felt like stabbing you.
5, 10, 15, 20.
He's currently
25.
30 feet from you.
Right. How far did I go to get to him?
I don't know.
30 feet?
I think 30 feet.
So I'll move my additional 30 feet and stab him again.
Okay.
10,
You
15,
can't run.
20.
Oh, that's a 1.
That's not going to get there.
It's a total of 15.
That's really good, but you don't hit.
It's not quite
And
gonna
then
get it.
And that's why level 20 is insane. I rolled a 1 and it's 15.
And I hit most
third
creatures.
attack.
I was supposed to get advantage on that first attack. Doesn't
I
matter.
thought it was a 1 again.
Unless it was a
I was
crit,
about to,
but-
like, wow.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
All right.
I
And I'm
think
going
that's
to pump
the mark.
a 3rd level divine smite in there, so I think that's 5d8. Yeah.
So much damage.
Yeah.
So little time.
Bing, bing.
Talking forever.
You wanted the level 20. Like,
Why
Yeah.
would you not want to level
1d6.
This was your idea.
Level
You know how
1.
long it took me to prep this?
level 1, 1d6, done. Next turn.
P.S. We fast forwarded through a lot just so we could get to this part.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I bet.
They're like, oh, this one shot will take like 2 hours. I'm like, you've never played with us, ever.
Yeah.
Came up with great ideas and didn't get inspiration. Terrible DM.
51 damage.
51 damage. Okay.
Daddy V.
You
Reaction?
see Vecna,
How's Vecna feeling?
Take 10 psychic damage and he teleports again.
Yeah, how's Daddy V feeling?
I mean, he's still in triple digits if it makes you feel better.
Okay, he's probably at 100.
Like one on one.
You need like 1 turn.
I just need one more turn.
I just need 1 more swing.
All right.
Action surge.
Okay. Now top of the round.
Okay.
Wait, what?
He gets layer actions.
Oh.
Daddy V, why are you running away? And I'm gonna go get him.
Give him a
I don't
nice
even
claw.
actually
What's
know what the
layer
spell
action?
does, but it's a 7th level spell, so that's got to be good, right?
Yeah, what's a layer action?
So,
I think he's gonna do a layer
like,
action.
creatures that are really strong and like bond with their lair, they can kind of control their lair
Yep.
against.
All right.
So they can
I'm gonna
restart
start
the round?
attacking.
No, they don't restart the round. It's every turn
29.
at initiative 20.
Okay.
The lair action
Um,
happens, so something bad against
Yeah,
us.
like beholders have them in their layers.
I need.
dragons.
Yep.
Mm.
Before you get to
No worries.
he's going to target
Or maybe I was over here. I don't remember which.
the,
You're right there, yeah.
the cleric down here.
Watch
Yep.
it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he can hit those. So black inky tendrils link out and lash out at his character. That character needs to make a dex save.
Me?
No, the cleric.
He's
This-
gone.
I got him.
Just make a roll for him.
Do you want me to play as him?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
16 plus whatever his dex would have been. So what? He's probably like a 2 or 3.
So that is going to be.
Do you know what his dex
Still
is?
checking.
No, okay.
Uh,
When you looked up, I thought you were.
I'm not sure.
No,
I don't
my
know
phone
what
was
his-
loaded.
I don't say, do we want to make it easier just to speed it up?
You can take him out.
Yeah, we can take him out.
That's fine.
You want to take him out? Okay.
Who do you want to hit
Yeah,
instead?
who wants a cleric?
Yeah, who wants the guy that can heal?
Yeah.
We'll target you.
Okay, that's fine.
Dex save.
Oh, I should have targeted me.
Oh, it's a +8, 11.
So you
Fail.
could evade.
Okay.
So you are
I,
going to
basically
take.
don't take damage from dex throws. I don't actually know what it is.
Oh, that's a terrible roll.
I don't know why I didn't just swap on my iPad. Probably would have lost faster.
You take 7 necrotic damage. Woo!
Wow, I'm hurting.
Breaking the
So
bank.
this spell normally would take concentration, but it doesn't because it's his layer action.
Okay.
And then I heal some damage from that. Okay. I'm just letting you know. I won't tell you how much.
Okay.
So now it's your turn.
All right, cool. So I'm coming over. And do you want me to keep that roll or move on?
You can keep it.
Oh, wait. No, actually,
This-
I don't remember what it was.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fine.
I forgot. Oh, funny. 16 was what I rolled for our cleric friend.
Good job. You
So
win.
it's 29.
29 will hit.
Okay, 11. 17 doesn't hit,
17 does not hit.
but 30 does.
30 does.
13.
24.
All right.
You
that's
like to
it.
roll those 4s.
Okay.
I know, really, I do. And I'm actually gonna action surge.
You got it.
It's the sound in the ears. I mean, yeah, no, it's the sound in the ear that's
Come
just like,
on.
that was needed.
Daddy V needs a stabbing. 19.
That'll hit.
All right.
Daddy V got his stabby.
You know he
got-
did. Daddy V, I know you like these 14 points of damage.
Ouch.
All right. And then I'm gonna oh, I already moved.
So, how are we back at the top of the order?
We're not.
Okay, it's still just a layer action. That's pretty cool. I've never had to deal with one of these, so I have no idea. I'm just waiting for you to say your
Did I
turn.
skip you?
I haven't gone.
Oh, go ahead and take your turn.
Oh.
I don't think you went either, did you?
I went.
So
last
you
round,
went. You
but
went.
Yeah,
I go after them.
It
so.
feels weird because I started
So
off.
then
held
you
an
went. Then I
action and
hold
went
on.
to
And then
the-
I get a layer action. Then I get to take a turn. Okay, my bad. I didn't take the damage. You can move your character back, because you can, if you can get within range, I'll let you keep the damage, but it shouldn't have been your turn.
Got it.
You already took your turn though.
I didn't take my turn. I took
You
my
did
layer
the
action.
You
layer
take the layer action.
Oh,
Okay, so
That's
we're
different.
gonna retcon a little bit, because I have to do that on initiative 20. That's why I said top of the round. Normally that's really good. It's not when you guys are getting 26s and 25s. Okay, so I'll take my turn. I gotta see if this does a thing first. It does not. So Captain Fettuccine.
Yes.
Do it.
Necrotic magic begins to engulf you.
Do it.
You have to make a Constitution saving throw.
$26.
That saves. You will take 52 points of necrotic damage.
Has anyone taken damage other than me?
I
Yeah.
have. I promise
I
you.
have.
I've taken like 60.
Am I able to? I can't cutting action half damage that. Uncanny dodge it.
What's
I'll look up the wording.
what is exactly what does it say?
Uncanny dodge.
Mm-hmm.
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack.
It's not an attack.
Yeah.
So 52.
52.
It's necrotic if that matters to you.
Might want to slurp up one of them potions.
I have to.
Our
make
cleric
my
left
con
with
save.
them.
I know he did have like 3 of our potions.
So he does
He had
that.
one of the better ones.
Then he is going
Are
to.
you out of triple digits?
He's going to bonus
If you
action
failed, imagine.
teleport behind the orc. Then he's going to
Oh.
take 2 strikes with his dagger called Afterthought.
He's gonna stab you.
So the dagger attack is going to be 27 to hit.
Hits.
You take 5 piercing and 9 necrotic damage.
He
I'm
goes
sorry,
down. No.
9 necrotic damage, and you're afflicted with that same curse.
Okay.
Second dagger strike. Fortunately for you, it doesn't stack. Is higher than the first roll I hit, so it's going to be an additional 9 piercing damage and another 9 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Okay. So that is his movement attack. No, he didn't move. He bonus actioned. Yep, he's good. Done.
All right. I'll just take 2 swings with my mace. 24.
That hits.
And then, 19 hits as well. So, 13, 22, 35 damage. All magical.
Jesus. You guys hit hard.
That's a plan.
And
Don't worry, you killed one of our characters.
and plus 2d10.
Felt right.
He would have never got a spell off.
Oh, and plus
I
2
know.
and plus 2d10 because of my crimson.
Plus 2d10.
That's an additional 15 damage.
Okay.
I don't think Lictus would have done very well, especially since he did necrotic damage.
Oh, whoops.
If you want it.
No, I mean I don't want to get swung
Now
at.
we'll go back up to the top. Can you get within range? You should be easily get in range.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you keep all your damage. You kill him, so go ahead and finish him off.
Oh.
All right. So
Vecna goes down.
Belva watches Daddy V stab my good buddy Billy the Orc, fabled friend Billy the Orc, in the back, and that's about enough out of her. She's had a long day. She didn't schedule this many hours for this quest. We were just supposed to get a tower. She's got to get back to the mountain.
Is this it?
So Belva come in behind, just like Big V did. Father V.
Father V.
Oh,
If
now
we're-
he's
if
father.
We all are in a cathedral.
He's about to die. We want to be reverent.
Natural progression. here.
So she's gonna take her spear and come in from the side and just stab through the middle for the first one and rip out. And then as she's pulling, she's just gonna take like the flat side of her shield and just chuck into the head. Not assuming that this is gonna finish him, but she's like ready to go. So then one more spear to like the side of the neck, and then I'm gonna say that you don't even need the last attack. It just goes all the way through, and the finishing one is pull out.
Nice. Vecna falls to his knees. Disbelief flashes across his face. Composing himself, he smirks and rasps. You have not stopped me. You have merely delayed the inevitable. I'll be back. I always come back.
Cut his hand off and teleport away.
Vecna.
Bye,
He's
Daddy.
missing that hand, my friend.
Man,
that
we
hand
missed,
is
we
gone.
missed a golden opportunity to be like, Vecna's dead.
Cut his
So
other hand
you
off.
thought.
Take 25 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, you guys have defeated Vecna. The very, by the way, that was the very neutered version of Vecna, because if not, we were going to be here for another like hour and a half, maybe
Exactly,
2 more hours.
Exactly.
I took away his Book of Vile Darkness and actually decreased some of his hit points because he had a lot.
We appreciate you.
I imagine. It
But I
sucks
wanted
we
you
don't
guys
have
to at
more
least get a
time.
W. I was hoping to kill some of you, but it's okay.
You got me down to double digits.
Good. Good. So we're gonna call that for tonight. Now next week we're gonna be back for the final virtual game of the modified Dragon Heist. We're gonna wrap that campaign up, and then the week after that we're gonna be live in this studio, starting a brand new campaign with all of the Syndicate members. We're gonna be in Ravnica.
Yeah, good.
It's gonna be cool.
This
It's gonna
feels
be
right.
awesome.
This feels right.
It's gonna be level 1 characters. We're starting out, so people might actually know what the hell is going on. So it'll be fun. But anyone for tuning in, thank you. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for tuning in the future.
Hi, you guys are so cool.
In the future, what's it like?
I know.
I don't want to know. That's
And
that's
with that, thank you and good night. We're out of here.
Bye.
Deuces.